win my heart is. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they
They're
don't
setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just win my heart is. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just win my heart is. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just win my heart is. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just win my heart is. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just win my heart is. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just win my heart is. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless.
Good morning. Let me get in here, y'all. Let me get in here. Let's get this down. There we go. Oh, let me update this thumbnail. I got the wrong thumbnail up. Let me get this switch real quick. Here we go. There we go. Back like we never left, y'all. Back like we never left. My sound check is good, so let's go ahead and put this in. Top of the morning, Pearl. Black Pearl, how you feeling? Good morning, Craig. How you feeling today? Good morning, Miss Pamela. What is going on, Cedric?
School nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
Good morning, Latika. How you feeling today? Good morning. Beast, what's going on? You seen dude on ESPN talking about no team should build around Shedeur, and the video just came out. I did see that, Beast. We are going to get to it. We're going to get to it. People need to accept reality. They need to accept reality. They need to accept the direction of where things are headed. And they got to stop with all this hating. They have to. Been a minute since we had a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday stream. Cedric, for real. And we doubled up on a Tuesday this week. So when we used to do Monday stream, then we would do Tuesdays. We would talk quarterbacks. Then we would have our regular Wednesday stream. So, hey, y'all, they some workers, we some workaholics. We had some exciting stuff happening this week. So we're going to be here to react to it, watch it, and do what we do. We're going to do it live, y'all. Everybody don't put in the work like we put in the work. So, Cedric, you know what it is. Craig said he's feeling great. Also, Craig, shout out to you for helping us with the rules for the Pro Bowl flag football game, because we was learning. It was fun, but we was learning as we were going, for real. Sagittarius, let me slow down. I'm too excited, y'all. Sassy Sagittarius, good morning. Good morning. Where your button at? Here we go.
This is a foolishness.
Good morning, C.A. Anderson. Hey, morning, everyone. It's Hump Day. Super Bowl champs in the house. Kicking off this day right to the busiest man on social media. Hats off to you. C.A. Anderson, I'm working. Y'all see it, y'all. I am working. Your boy's working. I'm out here. I'm not just talking about it. I'm not just ranting and raving. Y'all still gonna get a full show today. We're making this thing happen. We're making it happen. Oh no, Latika, not the earbuds not working. No, you got to put them things on the charger or something. Put them things back in the case. You got to put them back in the case, plug the case up like it's going to charge, and then see if it works better for you. There. It's always the backups that got the most to say about Shedeur. Beast, talk to him. Talk to him, Beast. Beast, talk to him. A.M. Williams, good morning. Let me get this up here. Shout out to C.A. Anderson early, y'all. Early.
Oh my God. Wow.
I got money. This is a foolishness.
You don't know what you're doing. Shout out to C.A. Anderson. I appreciate you as always. D, don't stop what you are doing. I appreciate you. C.A. Anderson. I enjoy doing this, y'all. I really enjoy doing this. I enjoy hanging out with y'all. I enjoy speaking about these things with y'all, breaking down these things with y'all. I enjoy it. So I'm here. I'm going to be here. As long as y'all showing up, I'm going to be here. I'm going to show up. The way you could beat other people is just by being consistent and showing up and putting in the effort every single time. So that's something I live by. Consistency is key. Getting better daily by 1%. If I can just get better 1% every day, in the long run, I'll be so far ahead of other people. So I appreciate you. C.A. Anderson. So when is the skills challenge? Beast, I still don't know, man. I've been looking, trying to figure out. The NFL needs to market this so much better and just put everything clear. They are not putting this clear enough so we know exactly what's going on. The NFL has a marketing issue where they got to make this more clear. They have to. Good morning, C. Brown Run. Good morning. I appreciate y'all.
Oh my God! Wow!
Good morning, everyone. Shout out to Tiger84704. We appreciate you. Thank you for all your support. We appreciate you. Good morning, everyone. This is how we do it, y'all. You know, when you go to somebody's house, they tell you don't go to nobody's house without greeting them. So every morning, that's why I take the time to greet y'all, because I was raised that way. I didn't see that. Of course, they're hating. I did see Monken talking up Deshaun to see if he could get elite level play out of him again. I won't read too much into that, though. No, it's level setting, Zedric. It's just level setting. Hey, everybody is talking all this stuff highly about Shedeur. Let me make sure I don't ignore the other quarterbacks. So, now I think that's all it is. But we gonna get to it. Yeah, they was hating early this morning. They was hating while I was putting the show together, y'all. Miss Sparkles, good morning. How you feeling? How are you? Good morning, Charmaine. Hardest working woman in Ohio. Good morning, Charmaine. Daisha, good morning. The trash backups at that, for real. They barely was making a team, jumped around the 10 teams, and, bench players talking like starters. That's what they do. They're trying to change history of what we saw. Monken on Deshaun, when, where? I saw somebody post something about it on X. I didn't look too deep into it though, but I don't think it's that much of a big deal. If somebody wants to share it, we could definitely get to it. Todd Monken speaking on Deshaun Watson. I couldn't get them connected to Bluetooth, but I'm good now. Yeah, Latika, we got to get you through that work shift now. We got to get you through it. We got to get you through that work shift. Blind Beauty, good morning. That's right. Black Pearl, C.A. Anderson starting the morning off right. Shout out to C.A. Anderson. This might be a heartache, but I actually like Todd Monken. Do you see how happy he was to see Shedeur? Jeffrey, what's going on? It's been a minute, Jeffrey. What's going on? And yes, he is definitely happy to see Shedeur. When you walk in, speak is what I was taught. Craig, I was taught that too. You get popped. Y'all go to somebody's house. You remember when people still used to get together, like families used to get together, and y'all go to somebody's house and you at the door and everybody taking their shoes off, making sure you don't walk to nobody's house with your shoes on, and you think you don't walk in somebody's house without speaking to every person in that house, you definitely was getting popped. You definitely was getting popped. You definitely was getting popped. So you know what it is, Craig. Good morning, Wet 11s. Hey, family, always remember, what God has for Shedeur can no man take. So if it's not Cleveland, he will be where God wants him to be. Shedeur going to be fine. Shedeur is going to be fine. So I agree with you, Wet 11s. CL7111, what's going on? What is going on?
Here we go, Brownies! Here we go! Woo, woo! Here we go, Brownies! Here we go! Woo, woo!
Selmo Fudd, good morning. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Selmo Fudd, what's going on, man? What is going on? He is Todd Monken, the Todd father, and yeah, buddy, he is happy. We fans on this side. After the season, maybe 2 weeks after. That wouldn't be a bad idea. That would not be a bad idea. See, Anderson, you caught that too? The Mr. Rogers, I see you. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Ain't that funny how we still remember that stuff from so long ago? Miss Sparkles, I am good, D. Just relaxing today. Nice. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. You know me, I side eye everybody because I don't trust people's intentions towards him, but I trust God's plan for him. That is the way to view it. I like that. I like that approach. What 11s? Detroit Gemini, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Did you hear that Kevin is wanting to get players from the Browns that he believed in from the team? So Dylan most likely will go to the Falcons. Look, Jeffrey, I don't know if you was here, but as much as we've been streaming lately, if Dylan Gabriel gets traded to the Falcons, we are doing a pop-up live stream celebration of him going to the Falcons. Just remember, I said it here, y'all. If Dylan Gabriel gets traded to the Falcons, pop-up live stream, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you hit the notification bell, because we're going to have a celebration. It's going to be a celebration. Just know that. Just know that. Big Friday, what's going on? What is going on? Todd introduction has gone viral. Yeah, I like it. It was some of everything. He expressed who he was. The Cleveland media does not know how to handle dealing with how things are going to be going forward. We're definitely going to break that down. Change is happening right before their eyes and they can't see it. They cannot see the change happening. You want to always be open to change and not block it off, because when you block off change, as change is happening, you still doing stuff the old way. You don't even recognize that things are changing around you. I ain't gonna worry about 12's team. We know the NFL is 12's team. Bigger. He's definitely bigger than some other teams. Bigger for real. There's talk Monken has something up his sleeve that is negative towards Shedeur with him being Stefanski 2.0. Miss Pamela, from his introductory press conference, you can definitely tell he is very different to Kevin Stefanski. I know people didn't know much about Todd Monken, but the lazy people who tried to say he was Kevin Stefanski 2.0, his first press conference he showed they are not the same. He is way more flexible in his offensive scheme. It seems like he is way more direct. Guys will know exactly where they stand. Not like Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski didn't even tell guys when he was benching them, when they were starting. It was some lazy people in the Cleveland media who started saying that. I.e. Jason Lloyd was the first person to say that. It couldn't be further from the truth. Jason Lloyd is the same guy who got up there, introductory press conference for the new head coach, and he is up here asking about NBA. Jason Lloyd, he needs to permanently be put on mute. We don't need to hear what he got to say. We don't need to hear what he got to say. We don't need to hear it. Please don't forget Jakey when you take DG. Hey, do what you do, Kevin. Come get your peoples. Wonder if Kevin Stefanski will give up a second or third round pick for DG. Nah, he gonna make it a fifth. What size box do we need for DG to send him to Kevin? Blind Beauty for real. Send us the address. We'll get him there. Send us the address. Dylan to the Ravens. Poor Michael Penix. Yeah, he probably to the Falcons. You mean Miss Spangler? He probably going to the Falcons. Yeah, Todd totally different than Kevin. He shoots from the hip. It tells you how it is for real. What's up with this Watson talk from Monken? I didn't see it. If somebody, if you're a mod and you saw Todd Monken speaking on Watson, drop the link in the chat if you wanted the mods. Family question: if Shedeur don't start, are we watching? I'm watching because it's only a matter of time. But the same way Todd Monken said, well, they asked him a question: what happens if you don't have success? He never thinks about it. That's the same way I view it. I'm not even thinking about if Shedeur is not going to be the starter, because I'm viewing him as a starter. Todd is in the same boat as Shedeur. He understands perfect timing. Stop listening to these folks spewing hate. Coach Prime, stop paying them attention. Yes, don't pay them attention, because that's what they want. Don't pay them attention. Don't pay it to them. It ain't worth it. Jason also says Shedeur shouldn't be on the team. I'm not making much of his comments yet. Got to talk him up because he's on the roster. That's what I think he's doing too, Cedric. Good morning, Ms. Brown. How you feeling today? Doggy Bone, what's going on? Orangeburg, South Carolina, in the building. They some workers. We some workaholics. How you feeling, Doggy Bone? D, who these people? We already know. We know what it is. ESPN, get up. Already trashing Monken and Shedeur. Those analysts are such haters. That's we got that on the docket. We're going to get to it today. We're going to get to it. Matt Ryan was non-committal about Penix. I don't read too much in it. I don't read too much into it because Penix has an injury history dating back to college. So it's hard to just put everything behind a quarterback who's been frequently injured. I'm watching if he ride the pine for 2 years. Yeah, he going to get his shot. He going to get his shot. He's going to get his shot. Asante, what's going on? How you feeling? You know the saying, if they're not talking about you, then you're not doing something right. We are winning. It's Shedeur year, wrist up. Talk to him, Black Pearl. Talk to him. Shedeur Sanders is going to start. Todd, how to plan for him on the Ravens, and one question was for a new head coach. How would you develop Shedeur? There you go. That's what it is, Jeffrey. That's what it is. Let's get this thing going, y'all. So I believe the Cleveland media is stuck in the past and they don't realize what's happening. They can't look forward. They're not visionaries. So a visionary person, you can kind of see things developing and you're like, man, you start reading the tea leaves and you see what's out there. So that's going to be the theme of the show. So just remember as we keep going back to it, but we're going to get to motivation. We're going to start this thing off right with some motivation. I think the Pro Bowl was a good learning experience for Shedeur. I agree. Shedeur is a fan of Nico Collins. He kept throwing Nico Collins the ball, and he said, I just like how he gets after it. So I think it was a great experience for him. There's no way he shouldn't have went. It's time for some motivation. Now, this motivation, today's motivation, is going to shine a light on content creation, but also the Cleveland media. So I want y'all to pay attention. Pay attention to the words from the motivation today. Pay attention to it. All right, let's get to it. Let me get this up here. Let's take this down. I want y'all to listen to what they're saying. Listen to it. It's going to be about 45 seconds, y'all.
Big difference between becoming known and becoming respected. Don't let an algorithm convince you otherwise.
I mean, I think this is probably super pertinent for people in our position. But I'll go from the internet perspective and we can circle back to IRL. But I mean, a lot of people will make content. So obviously I make stuff for me too. Like talk about artists making things for themselves. Like I make most of my tweets are just like notes to self. But like if I ever feel like I have to sacrifice who I am or the values that I believe in order to like get more views or something like that, I see it happen more times than not because the algorithm and the views and the likes become kind of a proxy for conforming in their own way. Like everyone likes this type of thing, do more of that. And that makes me feel very like dance monkey dance. And I think there's few things that kill my soul more than that. And so I would rather the algorithm shut me off tomorrow and I continue to make stuff that I find interesting, that 10 people find interesting, that is actually the same stuff as me, than just have these viral hits that I feel like I'm Ronald McDonald in, and just feel like I've completely lost my soul. And I do think, as a side note, that if you do the first one where your intention is to maybe help find the 10 people who are really interested in your thing, you probably will create more of the viral hits. But when you solve for the other way, I think you accomplish neither.
I have this
This is the last part. I want y'all to hear this.
theory that more creators fall out of favor because they become cringe than because they become irrelevant.
I love that. I love that.
I think
I want to play that last part. More content creators fall out because they become cringe. That's what it is. Remember that. You got choices. I always tell y'all, you got choices in the lane you can choose to take when it comes to content creation, when it comes to how the Cleveland media is reporting those situations. You can decide which lane you want to take. You can play to the algorithm or you can be true to who you are. One thing I always give y'all props for, I say, y'all allow me to be me. That's a very big thing. It's people up here it's people in content creation space who are just doing whatever, trying to see what goes viral, and then they just keep repeating it, i.e. Cleveland media. Look at Mary Kay. Mary Kay cannot do anything but ask clickbait questions. She asked no good questions. No good questions yesterday. Straight up clickbait. Detroit Gemini, you see it. Acho is cringe. You see what they're doing. You see what they're doing. They made the choice to take that route. We're not going to do it. And the Cleveland media is doing the exact same thing. So I had to show y'all this. This is it's like a 3-hour interview. It's some very good points in there. So we had to double back to it. We had some people come in. I think we got Maya in the building. We get Maya. Maya, good morning. How you feeling today? We got to keep our eyes out on Andrew Berry. Trades for in the receiver market. Yes, we're going to definitely be watching that. Dance Monkey Dance is hard. C.A. Anderson, people just up here, just dancing, hoping that people like it. Going further and further and further, eventually get into that cringe place, i.e. Emmanuel Acho. You see it. Ivy League Mac, what's going on? How you feeling? Good morning, party people. Where are the trolls? They're somewhere hiding. Ivy League Matt, didn't you say the trolls hide in caves? They in caves. I didn't know Watson asked to be traded from the Texans. He did ask to be traded from the Texans. He did ask. Watson has a long injury history too. He does. Long injury history. D, that is exactly what's going on with the people who cover Shedeur. That's why I thought this was so good. It was the perfect time to play this because it's going to lead right into what people are doing and saying. Where we leave off at? Yes, Acho, Anton Daniel are both cringe kings. Man, cringe kings. Oh, no, I don't want that title. I don't want that title. All right, shout out to you, Beast. Shout out to you, Beast. Let me copy this link. All right, solid. Thank you for that. What happened to Mary Kate? She was an actual really good journalist. Now she has stupid takes and has stupid questions. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know what happened. I think the Browns media has lost so much they think losing is winning. That's what it seemed like, Craig. That is what it seems like. That's what it seemed like. I don't like the way it's clipped because it starts in the middle of Monken talking about someone else, but there's a video. Got you. Let's get to it. I'm going to save it because we got this. But after I showed y'all how people choose to go the wrong route, this pairs up too well with it. I think we got an inside look. On Jim Schwartz's interview with the Cleveland Browns. Hey, y'all, this is breaking. This is breaking news. Nobody else has this. We have it here. We got an inside look of Jim Schwartz in his interview with the Cleveland Browns. Let's get to it, y'all. Nobody else seen this before. Let me play it for y'all. It's right here. Let me go full screen. I want y'all to see it. This was Jim Schwartz. This is him. Where you at, Jim? Here you go. Talk to us, Jim.
So why are you the right person for the job? Why I'm the person for the job? Yes. Because you know what? I don't want to put any merit on that. I just want to show it in my work. Okay. I want to show up every day and prove why I'm the person for the job. I want that to be something that you see because I'm a doer. I'm not a talker. Okay, well, that wasn't the response that I was quite looking for, but we'll be in touch with you. That's all we have. I'll make sure. No. I sat here respectfully, I sat here for 20 minutes and I gave you perfect answers. These are all perfect answers. I showed that I was selfless. Listen, I understand that, but we'll circle back and you'll get an email if you. No. See, what's gonna happen is you're gonna give me the job. Excuse me? Oh no. Listen, we can end it here. No. I don't care about you standing up. No. Look, I'm gonna call security if you don't. You ain't gonna make it out the door. Listen, are you gonna find out? So why are you the right person for the job? Why I'm the person for the job?
My man said, I've been here 20 minutes. You gonna give me this job. You gonna give me this job. Hey, Jim, that ain't how it work, big dog. That ain't how it work. That is not how it works, man. You can't bully your way into no job. You cannot bully your way into no job. Don't bully your way into no job, man. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. That's what Swerve tried to do. He tried to bully his way through the door. They like, man, we gonna call security on you. We gonna call security on you. It's my job. That's how he was talking. He said, it's my job. It's my job. I've been talking to you for 20 minutes. I done gave you perfect answers. That ain't how it works, Jim. That ain't how it works, Jim. That's not how this works, buddy. That is not how this works. That ain't how this works. I thought y'all might like that. I thought y'all might like that. You ain't gonna bully us. You're not gonna bully us, man. You ain't gonna bully us. We ain't going for that. We ain't going for that. We ain't going for that. I thought y'all would like that. I saw this and I said, I know this is exactly how that interview went. I know this is how it went. I know for a fact that's how it went. Let's get to what Zedric sent me. I thought y'all might like that. I thought y'all might like that. All right, let me pull this up right here. That man said, this is my job. Is it? Okay. Okay. Let me get to what Zedric sent me. All right, here we go. And they do. Yeah, they this is funky. They do start this in the middle. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's go here. Boom, boom. There we go. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Let me hit some of y'all comments before we go. Jim Swartz doesn't seem happy, but he didn't get the head coaching job. He not happy at all. From on, I'm taking the Shedeur Sanders route. If it doesn't bother him, it doesn't bother me. Blocking out the noise. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. Zedric, you caught that? What's going to happen is you're going to give me the job. You going to give me the job? Okay. You going to take the job? All right. You gave the most compelling argument I heard about why Swartz must be shown the door. He's a quitter, and quitters quit. That's it. Quitters quit. He showed it. He showed it. You took them glasses off? It's my job. Jim's emotional intelligence is non-existent, for real. But you capture him correctly. That was him. That's what Jim did. That is what Jim did. He said, it's my job. He tried to bully that thing. Jim Swartz, why don't you go ahead and join Kevin? We can find a better defensive coordinator than you, for real. Has Swartz seriously not been back? He bounced. It's looking like he's not coming back. TK, good morning. How you feeling? How you feeling? See, Brown Run, I'm thinking you had some real footage. You wrong. You know I got to keep y'all on your toes. I got to keep you on your toes, making sure we getting through these days, making sure we are enjoying ourselves, making sure we're enjoying ourselves. You going to give me this job or else I'm knocking somebody out. Sounds like he could have said that, allegedly. I seen a clip of him talking about Shedeur too. Yeah, let's get to this clip. Let's get to this clip right here. Let's play it. They do start at a weird spot.
Still have a long way to go in terms of development, and that's part of the learning curve in the NFL. And then you've got a player like Deshaun who's coming back from injury and at one time was a Pro Bowl player and an elite player in this league that we would love to tap back into that, let alone with Dylan and Shedeur. I mean,
so that's a clip. It sounds like he might have been speaking on Shedeur first. Then he might have went to Deshaun Watson.
To go in terms of development, and that's part of the learning curve in the NFL. And then you've got a player like Deshaun who's coming back from injury and at one time was a Pro Bowl player and an elite player in this league that we would love to tap back into that, let alone with Dylan and Shedeur. I mean,
I don't make that much of this. Let me pause this. I don't make that much of that. I don't make that much of that.
That still have a long way to go in terms of development, and that's part of the learning curve in the NFL.
So that's a clip. Shout out to Zedric for finding it and getting to us. We appreciate you. I don't make that much of that. It's also they kind of cut the clip and, they didn't give us full answer. And even if it's somebody who I don't agree with, I play y'all fully what they were saying so you get a good idea of what they were talking about. Is that Ashley Holder? I don't think that's Ashley Holder. Let's see. Oh no, I was thinking Ashley Barstock. Let's see. Let me look at it again. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see if anybody else. Yeah, somebody else. They asking what we're asking. Where the full interview at? All right, there's just people talking in the comments that they don't I don't think they found it. It sounds like he wants to try to tap back into Deshaun Watson's potential that's no longer there because of injuries he had. I agree with that. I think injuries is going to be the biggest issue with Deshaun. Key point at one time. Yeah, at one time. That doesn't sound like they're necessarily drafting a QB. Yeah, I don't think they're drafting a QB. I'm here. I have to cook today, or my man gonna have a baby. Y'all, he's so jealous. For star attention, I give Shedeur. Come on now, Charmaine, share some of that attention. Share some of that attention. Good morning, Laurie. How you feeling this morning? Good morning. Jim Swartz, don't forget. Don't think we forgot how the defense allowed the Titans to get 30-plus points on us. Hey, we didn't forget. That's just that seems like they're pushing the narrative right there. On that, they're pushing narrative right there. I don't see them drafting a quarterback either. I don't see it. Now we're going to go back a couple days. We're going to go before Todd Monken, and I'm going to explain to y'all why each main person in the Cleveland media is behind the 8 ball and why they have to come forward into the times. They're behind the 8 ball, y'all. They need to come forward into the times. But I do see Todd bringing in Tyler Huntley as a backup quarterback. I could see that. Low-cost quarterback, somebody who knows the system, he's familiar with, has a great relationship with quarterbacks in the room. I can see it. So why he be hurt about having Deshaun in the room? That's crazy. Like having a big joker and a little joker. Yeah, see, Brown, I don't have an issue with it. The list of players who have returned to form after multiple Achilles tears is probably very small. Very small. I think he is saying that so they can get ready to trade Deshaun or to throw the media off. No way Watson is ready to start. I shouldn't toot my own horn, y'all. I shouldn't, but I am. Do y'all remember I was out there? I was on an island by myself. I told everybody who would listen, and I said, I'm not going to keep talking about it. Deshaun Watson will not play this year. Deshaun Watson will not play this year. Do y'all remember I said that? When the media was bringing up Deshaun Watson, national media was, local media was, everybody was. I said he will not play this year. I was on the island by myself. I was out there by myself because I wasn't trying to get a Deshaun Watson story. Deshaun didn't play this year. What people like to do is they like to cause controversy and create something for them to speak about because they cannot speak about the football. They can't speak about the football. They're going to be forced to speak about the football. That's what they're going to be forced to do. I doubt Huntley will lead the Browns to be backup QB. He's at this point, Huntley is a backup. He's going to be a backup wherever he goes. But somebody suggested Huntley. So I could, if it's a player that the Browns acquire, it's going to be a very cost-effective veteran that probably has some ties to Todd Monken. So not a difference maker like people want to make it. I hope Monken focuses building the O-line first. Yeah, O-line and receivers is where we need to go first, Maya. Deshaun Watson, after he hurt his throwing shoulder, he was never the same. It happened to Cam Newton as well. Now that, Jeffrey, that is a good point. That is a good point. When you hurt your throwing shoulder, it has to happen super early in your career, like it happened for Drew Brees. But if it happens late in your career, you usually never come back the same. He not leaving the Ravens. No worries. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be major. I don't think it's a difference maker. Deshaun Watson hasn't been the same since he came back from suspension. Then got injured back-to-back years. He's a backup now. That's it. Oh, you said no way. He not leaving the Ravens. No way. He should stay in Baltimore. I agree. I agree with you. I think they are not going to hire a new QB unless they trade DG. Do you think DG will get traded? I don't think he has that much trade value unless Kevin Stefanski wants him, because he's the only one kind of in the NFL that really believed in him. He's the only one. This is what Mary Kay was saying before Jim Schwartz was hired. Let's play it.
Shieldhouse, that there was one thing that stood in the way. And that was whether or not Jim Schwartz is going to be a defensive coordinator. This is what I talk about when it feels like it's going to be a settle. You told me you were going to go through, and there was so much, Andrew Berry put the last time around with Kevin Stefanski, we take pride in getting these guys that nobody else is looking at and finding good coaches that way. To end up with Jim Schwartz once.
I got to start correcting where he's getting stuff wrong first. The first thing he is getting wrong is he's accrediting the hire of Kevin Stefanski on Andrew Berry when Andrew Berry was hired after Kevin Stefanski. So a lot of people are going to try to twist that. They're going to try to put the Kevin Stefanski hire on Andrew Berry. That's not what happened. They were twisting the narrative to fit what they want to say now. So we had to stop them there.
Again, which is not official, but again, to Mary Kay's response there, that Heat is picking up on that according to a league source. Why are you back on Jim? Why are you pushing back to the exact thing that feels like the settle? Like, if you were, this is the other part, if you were so inclined to hire Jim Schwartz as your head coach, what was the interview with Jim? Monday? Right? I think a week ago today, you were in no rush to satisfy the Rooney Rule.
Monken is a really good guy. He was a coach on the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2007 when I was there. I initially, y'all saw it, I was concerned. Yeah, I was concerned about the Monken hire. Now, I'm all in. I'm bought in. I listened to him. I watched his press conferences, listened to his offense, listened to his plan. I like how direct he is. I like how he put the media in his place. I'm all in on Todd Monken. I'm all in. This is before they were complaining. And the whole basis of this rant he's going on is Mary Kay reported Jim Schwartz is gaining momentum. Times are changing. Times are changing. They cannot recognize that times are changing. They don't recognize it. The leaks are being used against these people now. They're being used against them. So, right here, this is where they got to come into the real world. You got to learn about football. When you got a football head coach, you got to learn about football. We're not going to feed into the nonsense that y'all got going on. You got to learn football. That's the first one. Mary Kay, she was wrong. Mary Kay is the one who said, Jim Schwartz is gaining momentum. Jim Schwartz is gaining momentum. She couldn't have been more wrong. She couldn't have been more wrong.
We could call.
Let me pause this right here. Jake the Home was never the same after his Tommy John surgery on his thorn arm. Yeah, it's hard to mess up your thorn arm and bounce back. Dylan Gabriel, I see him getting cut most likely and then bringing in another veteran quarterback. That's the way I could see us getting a Huntley or a late round flyer quarterback. This was the first time Andrew Berry has hired a head coach with Todd. Jeffrey, I know that. And the media is trying to spin that to put Kevin Stefanski on him, which is not true. Yes, they are changing it to attack Andrew. Bull did that too. I saw that on the reel because I stopped watching UCSS. When it comes to stuff like that, I'll say this. Year 2 will not be like year 1. They got the views. Everybody paid attention. People gave him a certain level of respect. They gave him a certain level of grace as if they knew what they were speaking about. After we watch this whole year play out, people now will see there's certain people we don't need to listen to. We don't need to listen to them. They will see it. I was watching you yesterday, and Shiloh was on streaming on Twitch, and he ran into his sister Deandra and his nephew Snow. His mom Pilar was there, and she didn't even acknowledge the baby. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that at that. I'm gonna leave that at that. I think that they refused to actually consider Monken was a legit candidate because of his age. I think so. I think they overlooked him. Exactly. That's why I never believed Barry was the one picking in the draft before this year. DePodesta hired Kevin, then Barry got hired later. Barry had no power. Barry was handling contracts. Doggy bones. People who've been around, they know the truth. They know the truth. Sapase, what's going on, Ivar? Do you think Deshaun could start as QB1 for week 1? Browns media now open to reviving his career. No. Nope. I don't see it. Deshaun Watson has tore his Achilles twice. No, I'm sorry. Tore his ACL twice. Coming back from tearing his Achilles twice. Injury to his throwing shoulder. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Mary Kay knows she better get on board or she will be left out. I think she's gonna be left out because she never took the time to learn the game of football. This all goes to show you how messy Kevin actually was. He was truly the problem with his in the building leaks. Detroit Gemini, that's a fact. That is a fact. They're mad because Kevin Stefanski got fired and not AB, the black man, and now they're trying to push narrative that Monken was a desperate hire and it wasn't AB choice. They are trying, but we saw everybody representing the Browns yesterday standing out there with their chest out saying we made this decision together. And if these people were such in the know, how come none of them knew Todd Monken had a previous relationship with Andrew Berry from when he was here as a offensive coordinator? All these people, all these beat reporters, all these Browns insiders, how did they miss something that obvious? Maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know what they think they know. However, the kids have learned to navigate in that family chaos, and that's all that matters. Laurie, I agree with you there. This ain't the Real Housewives channel. Let's stay on point. Sorry, D. Y'all know. Y'all can speak y'all mind in the chat. Deshaun Watson is a backup. I agree. Go and look at Coach Monken's facial expressions when Mary Kay and Grossi ask questions. I feel like new media is on the way. I agree with you. New media is definitely on the way. New voices will be heard. These old people who never learned the game of football, they're not really going to fit in with a coach who's not going to deal with the nonsense. They got nervous to even ask questions after that. Q. Do you think Monken told Shedeur what he wants him to work on? Yes, I do. Ivar, I do. Should Barry be confident or very afraid of his Yale analysts? I think they only bring him in to help. It's for clock management. It's for game management situations. So I think it's a plus. I don't think it's a negative to it. I think it's a plus. Todd Monken is going to get that running game going after 2 years of singing disappointment. I agree. CA, speak your mind. You can speak your mind. Child Shedeur says somebody put roots on him. Then the dude apologized for a second pick. He said, it's okay. I'm used to that. Oh, no. He said, it's not me when he was talking to Shiloh. It's not me. Beautiful family. I love the Sanders, good, bad, indifferent. I remember all that. At least they can coexist now. He probably remembers how they acted in 2019. Barry and Jimmy probably prepped him too. Yeah, get ready. Get ready for what they're going to be on. My part-time bot. Why did my bot get Detroit Gemini? Why? What did you do? Y'all hear Shedeur talking about his $40 million he lost. He has not forgotten this. In reality, all this time they've been trying to gaslight us that Shedeur is not a first-round pick. Of course, he will start. I think he's going to start. Another sign of Cleveland media feeling left out in the cold. Let's keep it pushing.
Call it that. And then over time, you could have these morsels fed to all your reporters who would then hear, oh, it's Monken. And then they would kind of help build that case for you. Yeah. If that was true, you could have.
Let me not do that. Let me play it from a little bit earlier so y'all can hear. He is trying to make the case that Andrew Berry should have leaked things to the media, and then the media can start selling people on Todd Monken. That's the approach they wanted, because that's the approach they used to get. They're not going to take that approach anymore. So let me play it out. let me let y'all hear the entire thing.
Nobody believes you.
Yeah, well, they also started over this weekend trying to sell us that this was their number one front runner by a mile, and this is the guy they've always keyed in on and the guy they always wanted for the job. And so, like, it's fine. They're just going to lie to us right now, and that's okay.
You know, if that was true, guys, just so you know, what you could do is you can have a team of people that would kind of relate to the press, right? We got press something. We could call it that. And then over time, you could have these morsels fed to all your reporters who would then hear, oh, it's Monken, it's Monken, it's Monken. And then they would kind of help build that case for you. Yeah. If that was true, you could have done that. That was, I don't know if they have press something, P something.
Barry does love he loves the shock of it all, though, still. I don't know. Even if that was true and it's not, but even if it was true, I do think he just loves throwing.
It's cold outside, y'all. It's cold outside. Why are they not leaking stuff to us? We called them dysfunctional for continuously leaking things to us. Now they're not getting things leaked to them, and now they're complaining about that. So it was dysfunction when you got it leaked. Now you're not getting stuff leaked, and you don't like it. It's cold outside. It's cold outside. Y'all better start learning about football. They better start learning about football. Year 2 will not be like year 1. Y'all better learn the game of football. Y'all better learn what the X is, what the Z is. Y'all better learn y'all gap schemes. Y'all better learn about y'all splits. Y'all better learn about y'all defensive fronts. Y'all better learn. You better learn about football because it's going to be this season is going to be the longest season of y'all lives if y'all don't learn about football. The gossiping, the cattiness, all that stuff is gone. The burying guys before they go out there and get to play is gone. They don't see the tides turning. The tides are turning right in front of them and they don't see it. They don't see the tides turning. They don't see it. So they left out in the cold. It's cold outside. It's cold outside. They upset. Where do you leave off at? Todd is bringing in everybody from the Ravens to coach with him. I like it. You gonna watch the celebrity football game Coach Prime gonna be coaching? I gotta find out more. I'll let you know, Beast. I gotta find out more. That is not AB style. It's not a style at all. There go my boy Jason D. Make sure he gets an invite to the Memorial Day cookout. Oh, on the left. I know who you're talking about. They feel left out. They are left out. What is Tom Telesco's role with the Browns as it relates to Andrew Berry? Because Telesco was responsible for Antonio Pierce getting fired from the Raiders, and the Raiders fired Tom Telesco. Tom Telesco is the person who got AB started in the industry. He is the one who hired Andrew Berry for the Indianapolis Colts back in the day. He was a consultant on the head coach search. He was not hired. He's not a full-time staffer on the Browns or anything like that. AB likes to do things behind the scene and then spring it on you. Remember I told y'all that? I said AB not leaking this stuff. He liked to see them lost. How do they know it's not true? They don't. They're just asking a question because they don't know. AB has never done that, though. He let y'all speculate till y'all are blue in the face. He does. They talk like they were in the room and they were nowhere close to it. They mad they got tricked. AB didn't want other teams to interview Monken. They're playing the game. They don't know. Tim, what's going on? It's been a minute. Scouts need to be secretly stocking potential O-line after the draft. We only have so many picks in the draft. We need to build a war chest. I agree with you. All the leaks are gone. One link on Ice Curly. Yes. Yes. AB is the master of deception and they can't stand it. And I'm here for it. They can't deal with it. They're telling on Kevin, but they tried to tell us we were crazy. Kevin is not trying to sabotage Shedeur. Give me a break. It's all out there. Like you said, D, they don't have anything to talk about without the leaks. Ratings going bye-bye. That's it. They're trying to tell the Browns how to use them. No, use me this way. Okay. Did you see him on Channel 5 news interview? I didn't watch the full thing. It was with Cam Justice. I didn't watch the full thing. I added it to stuff I gotta watch for later. I've learned so much about football since Shedeur. That's why it's crazy to hear Cleveland media. I know more than them. That's a fact. That's a fact. Honestly, if you haven't busted someone on the field, you can't feel it. Like, ever hot your finger on a helmet in the cold, you don't know ish. They never played the game. They never been tackled before. Never been hit before. Never had to roll with those pads on as a punishment. Never had to hit the heel. So they just speak lightly of it. D, I hope they keep Wyatt. If you can get somebody younger than Wyatt, I would prefer them to develop somebody. It's a cold winter for real in Browns media. The only thing Shedeur needs to work on is throwing less picks. If he do that, he gonna be good. And part of the throwing less picks is going to be having a better offensive plan and the scheme. The scheme let him down a couple times. D, when will the ratings come out for the Pro Bowl? It depends on how good they are. The NFL might try to release them quickly, but it's an ESPN thing, so ESPN might hold off. We might get them in 2 or 3 weeks, or they might just hold them for a while. So we're going to see. We're going to see. I know that the draft ratings got released right away, so we're going to see. Hey, Cleveland media, the NFL website has rules, breakdowns, on-field positions. I used it. So shall y'all. Yes, they got some learning to do. They have some learning to do. They have to learn. They have to learn. They have to learn. It's another one. Tony Grossi. I'm telling y'all.
System. And in a later.
It's another one. It's cold outside, y'all. It's cold outside. It's cold outside. It's another one. Tony Grossi.
Press availability separate. Haslam indicated he expects multiple defensive assistants to remain. In fact, 3 or 4 of them were in the back of the room introducing Todd Monken. But again, there was never a statement like, we hope Jim comes back or anything like that. Yeah. And I don't know what to make of that, but I think it's pretty obvious that they're moving forward regardless of Jim's decision. And they might have an inclination that it's not going to work out.
Were you surprised that, Todd Monken said he's very candid. We all know he's very candid, but to say, he kind of dodged it, the Jim Schwartz question at first, but then he came back around to it and was like, hey, I didn't take this job for Jim Schwartz. I took it for these defensive players. Were you surprised he was, Tony,
absolutely.
If there was any doubt, it's gone now that he was coming, that he wasn't coming back.
And each one of those, Haslam, Berry, and Monken use the same phrase. It's inappropriate at this time to comment.
Yeah.
As if a separation agreement might be in the works.
Okay.
Is the way I took that. Now, they have every opportunity all day to convince me otherwise, and they didn't. Yeah. But it appears that the support shown by Jason Tarver, Jacques Caesar, I think Brandon Lynch was in there, and I don't know if from Banda, the safeties coach, was in there or not, but I know those 3 were in there. The support they showed indicates to me that there's been a meeting, and because they want to continue the system, maybe they promote from within, or they're happy with someone he brings in. But it appears.
Do y'all know what I hear? He don't know what's happening. They don't know what is happening. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. He guessing. He is guessing. He said 7 different options it could be a defensive coordinator. And these are the people who reported that the Browns were passing up on head coaches for Jim Schwartz. And they were forcing Jim Schwartz on people. And look at how quick that was proven to be not true. Now he's looking for tea leaves in the press conference. This is supposed to be a Browns insider. This is supposed to be someone who other media sources call to get an inside scoop on what's happening with the Browns. They are out in the cold. It's cold outside. They don't have any more insight than anybody else who watched the press conference. Are y'all recognizing that? Are y'all seeing that? They have no more inside scoop than nobody else. They are out in the cold trying to figure it out. He said, maybe they'll bring somebody else. Maybe they'll hire somebody. Maybe they'll promote somebody. I don't know. That's the answer. The answer is, what will they do with defensive coordinator? I don't know. He's talking about a release agreement for Jim Schwartz. The answer is, I don't know. That's the answer, y'all. This is very, very simple. This is very, very simple. The answer is, I don't know what they're going to do. I didn't know what they was going to do at head coach. I don't know what's going to happen with defensive coordinator. That's the true answer. That's the real answer. They just throwing stuff at the wall, y'all. Throwing stuff at the wall. It's cold outside. You better start learning about these defensive fronts. You better start learning about this man versus zone coverage. You better know what cover 1, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4 is. You better learn about that cover 7. They better learn about it. They better learn because they are out here in the cold. Why can't they just say we'll have to wait and see what Monken is going to do? That's the easy way to do it. I got to say, but I am just a babysitter. If they wanted Schwartz, they would have released Kevin during the season and made him interim, in my opinion. They had the option to do that. They chose not to. AB knows loose lips sink ships. I agree with that. That pen ain't strong when you don't have your normal material to write. Talk to him, Cedric. Talk to him. Talk to him. They're left out in the cold, y'all. Left out in the cold. Confused. Year 2 will not be like year 1. It sounded crazy when I said it the first time. It sounded crazy. How can you just speak on these guys not getting the same views that they got in year 1? This is how. They know just as much as you. They know just as much as you. The difference is you understand the game of football better than they do. That's the difference. That is the difference. Let's keep it rolling. Albert Breer. Let me play this. Albert Breer is going to do something that somebody else on Cleveland Media Radio is trying to do. They're trying to put failures on Andrew Berry's record. They're going to try to put some failures on him. I want y'all to listen to this. Listen closely. It's cold outside, y'all. It is cold outside.
Andrew standing within the organization, or do you think that this is a sign of strength going forward for the Browns?
I don't.
Let me slow this down. I can't listen to them on regular speed, y'all. My bad. Let me slow that down for y'all. My bad. Here we go.
I don't think it affected his standing. I mean, he has to get this one right, and if he gets this one right, he's good. If not, it's hard to see any general manager who hasn't won at the highest level getting 3 shots to hire a head coach.
Albert Breer, for as many people as you know, and for as much insider information that you have been given over the years, how do you not know that this is the first head coach hire of Andrew Berry's career with the Cleveland Browns? How do you get to 3? Don't put Kevin Stefanski on Andrew Berry. What they are trying to do, they are trying to muddy Andrew Berry's name already. Already. They're trying to throw smut on Andrew Berry's name. Early in the game, y'all. Early in the game. Don't put Kevin Stefanski on him. Kevin Stefanski was hired prior to Andrew Berry. Don't try to put that on him. Don't try to do that. Don't try to do it. That's what they're trying to do. Watch how much they try and steal content from shows like yours this season just to try and get ratings. Craig, I got to tell y'all something. This is sidebar. This is a sidebar conversation we're about to get to. This is a sidebar conversation. I speak a certain way. Definitely hit that like button for me, y'all. Hit that like button for me. I speak a certain way. Growing up, my dad, he used to repeat things he said to us. Repeat it. I can tell y'all so many things that my dad said when we were children. So many things. Like way more things than y'all would probably even know. He used to tell us, be a leader, don't be a follower. He used to have this thing where it was bedtime and we were still up doing stuff. He would call us one by one, go to sleep. Go to sleep, one by one. Oh, if you don't finish your chores, I'm waking you up when I wake up. All right, I'll catch you later, CA. I'll catch you later, CA. Catch you on Patreon. So I remember so many things that my dad said to us because he would repeat it. So part of my speech pattern is I repeat things that I say. So if you have listened to me for any amount of time, 1 month, 2 months, you will repeat things that I say and not even identify the fact that you're repeating what I say because you've heard me say it so much. So as a content creator, I try to limit how much I listen to other content creators who are on the same side or have the same views as me, because I know I will start to say things that they've said. And I won't be able to tell the difference in the moment. In the moment, I won't know if it's what I'm saying or if it's what they're saying. So I think about that. I try to limit that. Other people, other content creators have repeated things I've said previously. They don't even recognize that they were saying it. They don't even recognize it. It's people on 92.3 The Fan saying it's going to get late early. I was saying that in the summer. Other content creators. I said Mary Kay was hedging her bet. Other content creators said that. It's a long list of things I've said previously. I was the first one that talked about hiring Brian Flores as the head coach, and I gave you all my reasons why. It was during I think it was week 4, when I made the breakdown of the organizational chart of all the hires that I would have did. That's when I introduced Brian Flores. I played y'all the clip of the people who came through the Rams system, what jobs they had. That's when I showed y'all Nate Shieldhouse. Y'all notice people start getting on the Nate Shieldhouse train? Y'all notice people start getting on the Brian Flores and Nate Shieldhouse train? So Craig, you are right. They have already been taking stuff I say, but it's going to go to a different level when you really got to speak about football, because they are not putting in the work. They got the same 24 hours in a day as me and you. They're just not putting in the work. They're not putting in the work. That's all it is. So y'all see, just like that, they out in the cold. Lost. Winter came and they don't know that the Night Walker's out now. Cedric, they don't know. They out here lost. D is diabolical what they're trying to do with AB while still giving the Falcons hiring Kevin Stefanski an A+. Shaking my head. Time will tell. Time will tell. Time is the thing that exposes other stuff. Time will tell. They can say it's an A+ hire now. With time, we're going to see what happens. And that's a good rule to have, D, because Cleveland definitely repeated the same info. They have. They have. I've heard it. I just kind of laugh at it. But they're seeing. I'm calling Todd Montenegro. I guess you bet. I'm calling Todd Monken Coach of the Year, Browns 10-7 wildcard berth. They got an opportunity. They have an opportunity. Kevin leveraged the media to place the blame at someone's feet. That's what manipulators do to maintain control. Oh, Wet 11s. All right. Thank you for clearing it up. I was lost. Yeah, Black Pearl copycats. They do it and they don't even realize it. I learned this actually not in this. I didn't learn this in this field. I actually learned this from musicians. Musicians will not listen to other artists in their genre because they don't want to start stealing ideas from them. So that's what I learned that from. I learned this from watching interviews of musicians who said that. And I was like, dang, that's really smart. Because think about it. When you hear a song so many times, you know that song word for word. It's stuff that we know that we learned when we were kids that we still know to this day. So if you start listening to other artists, you will just start saying their stuff. You'll start using their cadence. So I learned it from musicians. I didn't even learn that in this industry. So Latika said she heard it too. She said she heard it too. So shout out to Craig for giving us that opportunity to go in that little sidebar conversation. Doing their best not to give the brother credit. That's a fact. That's why I shine a light on people who stuff that I show. Pick come from uncertainty, trust builds decisiveness. I like that, Lex. I like that. All right, so that was Aberbeer. Let's get to the next one. Hey, I'm not saying no names. I'm not saying no names.
If I was going to say one thing, it would be
uncertainty, y'all. Uncertainty. They fear the unknown, so now they're trying to throw Shedeur into a quarterback competition. Listen to everybody's favorite. Not. They're angry because AB shipped Kevin Stefanski out, and he did it so smoothly that they didn't see it coming. They had no idea. They thought both of them were going to leave. I saw the writing on the wall. Initially, I wanted them all gone. Clean out the whole thing. I started to see that AB was separating himself and going about business as usual. So probably around week 7 or 8, I was like, AB going to be here. Kevin Stefanski's going to be the one that's gone. I identified that. Sometimes it takes people a little bit longer to get there. But once I identified that, I wasn't going to argue with the sky and just be screaming stuff that I know wasn't going to change how things go. Listen to Dan Orlovsky, y'all.
make it an open competition from day one. Yeah. Day one. And let's see. If there's not going to be a draft pick, let's see who the best guy is.
Well, I think that's exactly what you have to do. You have to breed competition in Cleveland. And I don't think Kevin Stefanski was able to do that last year. It seems.
Now, make it an open competition. You have to breed competition. It's an example I'm always going to tell y'all. When you are a self-starter, with or without competition, you're going to show up trying to be the best every day. I don't know how people don't understand this basic concept. With or without competition, you're showing up to be the best every single day, with or without competition. For some reason, they cannot comprehend that. They cannot comprehend that. They going back to the competition. Oh, do another competition. Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's just keep running back stuff that don't work. There's an old saying in football. The old saying is, if you have two quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. The reason why that's an old saying in football is because if you are trying to spread your resources, if you're trying to send your resources from this quarterback to this quarterback and splitting it up, you're not pouring all into one. So that's why they say if you have two, you have none. So you have to make a decision quickly, decide this is the guy we're going to be behind, and keep going. So they want to see another failure. I don't know why they want to see another failure, but they want to see another failure. They don't want to see failure. Yep, that's true. I'm a rapper, songwriter, and plus you don't want to be influenced by what's being pushed in the mainstream. Blind Beauty, talk to him. Talk to him. It's something I'm really cognizant of, and I really think about it a lot because I'm like, I don't want to just turn into these people and not know I'm turning into these people. I think the funniest part is people repeat you so much they don't even recognize they repeat you. I think that's the funniest because that exposes how much they truly listen to you. Must we listen to running back in the end zone? Dan. It wasn't long. Can't stand D.O. He talks like he's a Hall of Fame QB. Yes. If they were talking from their personal experience, it would be okay. When they talk about shoulda, coulda, woulda, and it was things they could never do, that is where they lose credibility. I didn't make it to the NFL. Y'all will not hear me diminishing people's greatness. Like Emmanuel Acho, like Dan Orlovsky, like Trent Dilfer. Y'all won't hear me do that. But that's what they do. That's what they do. I thought AB would stick around when they traded Flacco without Kevin Stefanski knowledge. That was when the split happened. The divide was clear as day. They tried that last year. They tried the competition last year. It didn't work. Dano is a clown. Yeah, neither one of them. Dan, RC, what we doing? Kevin about to pull a 4-man competition in Atlanta, and I want to hear what the story will be then. Yeah. He gonna run that 4-man competition. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I am so sick of the competition talk when it comes to Shedeur. Over it, for real. When you're a self-starter, you don't need competition. You just wake up wanting to be great. That's just it. It's something that they cannot identify with. So they keep saying competition. Okay. Shedeur already the first one in Monken's office. First one there. He's going to play himself again. I think the Falcons reporters will catch on quicker than Cleveland. They will, because they won't be making passes for him. So they're trying to just take it back to do it this way. Do it how we been did it. Keep going back. It's like, come on, man. What are we doing? All right, that's all we need from them. Let's keep it moving. Competition equal more clicks and discussion. Sure thing, not much to talk about. Throw in a name like Shedeur and you don't get what you got last summer. That is exactly it, Zedric. Great breakdown. Don't get me started on Acho. He's a joke. He is. They want to see another failure because they don't want Shedeur to achieve greatness. Envy, jealousy, YouTube not friendly word, fear of change, addicted to losing. I agree. And what's up with Tyrann Mathieu and his hate for Shedeur? I started to watch the clip and I didn't even watch it when he was talking. They need a Shedeur story. And then they speak negatively on Shedeur to try to get some traction. So I'm just like, man, I'm going to just leave you over there where you at with nobody speaking on you. Competition with who? DG and the trash cans again? Craig, talk to him. Wow, you're right. Sanders Stanky could not have a competition. He never tried to have them. DG was Kevin's pick day one. No need to compete when he already selected DG. Facts. All right, let's keep it moving forward. Now, this is
you
the
guys
media.
Introduced a head coach.
The media is reacting to Todd Monken. They don't know what to do. Let's go.
Yesterday, and Todd Monken with the Cleveland Browns. Now, setup is important here. So the Cleveland Browns, throughout this whole process, everyone thought, oh, they got to keep their defensive coordinator, Jim Schwartz. That's a big deal.
Huge piece of the puzzle.
Can they make him the head coach? Can they hire a head coach where Schwartz is going to want to stay? Well, Todd Monken gets hired, Ravens offensive coordinator, and Jim Schwartz right now supposedly is not thrilled about it. I'm going to guess after the press conference with Monken yesterday, he's a little bit less thrilled about it. Here is Todd Monken at his introductory press conference talking about the then, maybe now, defensive coordinator of the Cleveland Browns, Jim Schwartz.
I didn't take this job because of Jim Schwartz. I have a lot of respect for Jim Schwartz, but as I would hope he has for me. But I took it because of the players that are here, the ownership, Andrew Berry, and the ability to build this roster from the ground up on the offensive side. So, and I said this to the other guys. I didn't think I'd say it, but I'm going to say it. When I was preparing for the Cleveland Browns, I wasn't trying to chip Jim Schwartz. I was chipping Myles Garrett. And when I was sliding a protection to the outside backers or Grant Delpit that were blitzing off the edge, I was sliding the protection of the players. And when I was worried about throwing to the right against Denzel Ward or Tyson Campbell to the left, that's who I was worried about throwing at.
Why?
Talk to him.
Why say it that way? What's the upside? Small CC. What is the upside to kind of in a roundabout way almost taking a shot here at Jim Schwartz?
Yeah, there is no almost about it. He took a shot at him. There is no almost about it.
The problem is they didn't watch the whole press conference. This was the third time that they asked him about Jim Schwartz. This is what shows you these people don't do basic research. They asked him for the third time about Jim Schwartz, and he said, you know what? I'm going to kill a gnat with a sledgehammer. And that's what he did. So he made it very clear Jim Schwartz was not the reason. And also, they didn't play the part where he said he has a lot of respect for Jim Schwartz. They didn't play that part. Because he said, I got a lot of respect for him, and I hope he has respect for me, but I did not take this job because of Jim Schwartz. It's very clear. I haven't seen Chris Canty in a while. He might be on vacation. Schwartz can be replaced. His run game block is not great. Not good at all. How does the new QB coach help in Shedeur's development between head coach, OC, QB coach, and private QB coach? Feels like a lot of voices to take direction from. One can assume everyone will be on one accord. Yvette, that's the key. That is the key. If they are all giving him the same information and just breaking it down so he can understand it, it won't be an issue. If they're all expressing the same thing, it'll be fine. When you have one or two of the people out of that group you listed, Ivar, saying something different, that is when you have an issue. So the head coach is going to put it in the scheme. He's going to break it down. The OC is responsible for breaking down the scheme to everybody. Your position coach is the one responsible for breaking down the scheme and what you need to do in the scheme. His private quarterback coach can help him footwork. He can help him with timing. He can help him keeping his arm warm. He can help him with strength. So all of them have a different role, but they all have to be working towards the same goal. That was one of my favorite parts. Talk that ish. They got him monked up. Laurie, for real. They got him monked up. In other words, Monken saying Jim Schwartz can get to stepping. For real. Just like Martin used to say. Get the stepping. Just like Martin used to say. It's just Maya. Why not say it that way? I agree. Set the tone. Make it clear. Stop asking me about him. Stop asking me about Jim Schwartz. When I tried to push it off politely, y'all didn't respect it. First question about Jim Schwartz, have you spoke to him? Yes. They kept digging. They asked him about him again. On the third time, you know what? This is what it is. That's what it is. That's how you got to handle it. Miss Sparkles, you see it. He was not trying to speak about Jim Schwartz, but no, they kept picking at him. They did. And he let them know, ask me about Jim Schwartz again. He didn't get no more Jim Schwartz questions after that. They did it for the clicks. You know it. Oh yeah, they definitely did it for the clicks. They don't want the full context out there. Why should he be concerned about a senior citizen throwing a temper tantrum because he wasn't hired? That's on Barry and Haslam deal with. That ain't my problem. I reach out and say, hey, what you want to do? You don't want to? Hey, I'm not gonna force you to be here. Nobody is holding your hand saying you have to be here. Cleveland media is just toxic. I agree. His QB coach said he have Shedeur work what his coaches want him to too. Yes. So if it's one voice and they're all working together in concert with each other to get him to understand and do all things, then it'll be fine. The media is so focused on Shedeur, they forgot about the Super Bowl. Bigger than the Super Bowl. Remember I said Shedeur is bigger than, he has more support, more eyes, more attention than teams have? I was not just saying that to say it. It's true. It is Wednesday, and nobody really talking about the Super Bowl like that. Wednesday. Nobody talking about it. They talking about the Browns head coach, and they talk about Shedeur in the Pro Bowl. Let's see what Chris Canty is going to say.
You know what it is, Evan? He doesn't want Jim Schwartz on his staff. He doesn't. When you frame it in that way, when you go into such detail and saying I wasn't game planning for Jim Schwartz, that is disrespect. You can say with all due respect, but you show Jim Schwartz no respect.
That's where they're wrong. That's where they're wrong. He did show him respect. He started the clip with respect. Your producers have to do a better job of not letting y'all put y'all foot in y'all mouth. They got to play all these whole clips. Because you only needed 5 more seconds of that clip that they played for you, and you would not take this approach. 5 seconds. 5 seconds is worth it for you not to look crazy. 5 seconds. That's all you needed.
And you made an untenable situation even worse because the guy that was the orchestrating one of the best defenses in the National Football League this season and has what will be the reigning defensive player of the year in Myles Garrett, who just set the single season sack record. When you have so many prominent players like Grant Delpit and Tyson Campbell coming out and saying they wanted Jim Schwartz to be the head coach, when you have that type of dynamic and you attack the DC at the introductory press conference, who the Cleveland Browns were clearly interested in retaining, you let it be known that you don't want Jim Schwartz to be a
I don't understand their allegiance to losers. They got a strong allegiance to losers. Once you quit on me, I put you in the bucket as a loser and a quitter. That's where I put you. I'm not going to kneel down. I'm not going to beg you to be the defensive coordinator. I came here. I had a conversation. You said you're never doing this again. You're not coaching here. Bye. Bye. You're not the only person in the world that could do this. This is not some invention that you created that nobody else knows how it works. It's not that. It's not that. When I said, Jim Schwartz, if you want to come back, it's on the same contract. I'm not giving you nothing different. I'm not giving you no more money. I'm not giving you no more responsibility. You are the defensive coordinator. If you don't want it, get to stepping. That's it. Get to stepping. Nobody is bending over backwards for you. I'm not breaking my neck for a loser and a quitter. I'm not doing it. And y'all know it takes a certain point before I put somebody in the loser category. But to me, quitting equals losing. So it's a loser and a quitter. I'm not bending over backwards for you. You're going to do the job or I'm going to replace you. That's it. That's it. Nobody's bending over backwards for you. Nobody. Go out there. Go outside. See where you get hired. Oh, you thought you had a job secured with the San Francisco 49ers? Nope. It's a better team you're going to go be the defensive coordinator for? What DC job still open? You going to go be the defensive coordinator for the Raiders? That's a better job. They got better talent on defense. Go somewhere, man. Go somewhere. Hey, we appreciated you while you was here, but as soon as you turn that corner into a quitter and a loser, go somewhere. I'm not breaking things down to keep you here. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Why would you want a quitter on your team after he's shown you his true colors? That's it. When would they release the Pro Bowl viewership numbers? Ivar, I'm not sure. So when they were talking about the draft, we got the draft numbers pretty quickly, probably like a week and a half later. So we're going to see if they release them that quickly, but it's usually not a timeline. Usually ratings are a month behind, at least a month behind, TV ratings. So we're going to see. So we're going to pretend like Jim Schwartz didn't bounce, for real. Jim didn't show Monken any respect. He left the building and let everyone know he was disappointed about his hire. There you go. Wow, now he attacked him. Show you the true colors. Show you the true colors, not the attack. Why people acting like Cleveland defense played to their full potential every game? Did DC call all those plays that teams ran all over them? Now we can talk football. From a football standpoint, the Browns got gashed on misdirection, jet sweeps, late motion, the entire time Jim Schwartz was here. The entire time Jim Schwartz was here. It never got better. So did he do some things great? Yes. But what happened when a team could run the ball on you? So for people to just act like we had this perfect defense, it's not the case. It wasn't this perfect defense. We let teams come in here and do things to us that they shouldn't have been able to do. We let the Tennessee Titans with a rookie quarterback run all over us. Where was the adjustments? Like, this was not a perfect defense. It wasn't. So if you don't want to be here, deuces. Monken said, I'm not turning this into any type of controversy. For real. Y'all can talk about it if y'all want to, but I won't. Jim, is your job to lose. It's just that simple. That's it. AB said Myles was told who the head coach would be before the media. Myles puts out the IG post showing frustration. Is the frustration with the selected head coach or how the Browns handle Schwartz? I don't know. To me, I don't look much into it because I know Myles not going anywhere. So a lot of people talk about the Myles stuff, but to me, Myles ain't going nowhere. So it's just, hey, get with the program, Myles. Unless you really want to. Unless you really got an allegiance to losers and you just can't move forward. Who else knocking down the door for Jim Schwartz as the head coach? Nobody. Nobody. Sore loser, bad sportsmanship. That's it. We've all been on a job with someone who wanted your position. It's never a good thing. It's not. Every opportunity they get to make you look bad, they're going to try to make you look bad. That's how we lost to the Bills, 49ers, and Titans. That's it. Schwartz think he has Kevin Stefanski connections. Sorry, Jim, you clearly don't. He does not. He does not. Let's keep it pushing. This is the clip that Beast
Sound off.
was.
Interesting people saying interesting things.
Hold on. Let me slow it down. I believe this is the clip that Beast was talking about. Go normal speed, and then let me find it, where he's saying he wouldn't build around Shedeur. I think it's gonna be about here. Please tell me the difference in the reason for Todd saying he wanted to come to Cleveland and what Shedeur said. They try to act like Shedeur said something wrong. He didn't say anything wrong, but the media tried to spin it like it was wrong. They want to win. And I like the fact that he said they asked him, how is he going to feel? What is he going to do if it don't work? And he said, I don't think about that. Losers think about stuff not working. Winners always figure out a way to win. They find a way to win. My dad told me that. That's another saying I got from my dad. Find a way to win. When it comes to competition in sports, you find a way to win. You don't just accept the fact that you lost. You find a way to win. That's what Shedeur wants to do. That's what Todd Monken wants to do. Trying to get Myles those sacks playing wide nine. Teams were gashing that lane. It was hard to watch that defense at times. It was super obvious. Super obvious. Once teams decided they were not going to let Myles break the sack record, the best thing to do was to shore up the run game or stop the run game on first and second down to force him in third and long. Instead, they kept the same defense. They didn't make adjustments to stop the run, and then he still went multiple games without getting a sack because you couldn't get people in third and long. You couldn't get ahead in the score, so you have to force him to pass the ball. So it's stuff that they could have made adjustments. It wasn't like he was just this perfect coordinator. Here we go. All right, this is Tim Hasselback. My bad. I said Trent Dilfer earlier. Is Tim Hasselback.
No, and they won't. And I mean, that's just
Hold on. Let me play it right. I don't want y'all to think that I'm not playing exactly what he said. So let me go back a little bit. We're going to play what he said so y'all can hear the setup question.
I think at this point expect him to. Tim Hasselback, should Shedeur Sanders be the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback? Should they be building around that notion as they go?
Let me pause it. I'm going to play the right one for you, Marie.
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
What's going on, Marie? Welcome in. Welcome in. It's been a pretty good stream. Welcome in. Schwartz will be the new leaker if he stays. Schwartz was the one who was leaking it all the way up until he didn't get the job. Let's make sure y'all hear the question. I want to make sure y'all hear the question.
Tim Hasselback, should Shedeur Sanders be the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback? Should they be building around that notion as they go into their offseason?
no, and they won't. And I mean, that's just the reality of it. He'll be on the roster because he's, on a rookie contract, or at least he'll be in the training camp roster. He's on a rookie contract from a year ago, much like Dylan Gabriel. Those guys, I would think, would add, the Browns would add, somebody with starter experience to compete, because there's just no way with just, probably what the evaluation has been of Shedeur, as a player in the pros now, as well as how he came into the league, that they would give him the opportunity to, quite frankly, I don't think he would even enter training camp as the second guy, on the roster. So I don't think that's how they'll operate. It's hard to become a head coach in the NFL, and if you do, you got to try to win with a quarterback, and most guys, including Todd Monken, aren't going to try to do it with somebody like Shedeur.
What do you think?
With somebody like Shedeur. Okay. Let's break down what he said. Let's break it down. No team should build around Shedeur. First thing he said. Then he said he doesn't believe Shedeur will come in as the number 2 guy on the roster. So he's saying Shedeur is going to be the number 3 guy on the roster. Okay. Who's going to be the number 1 and number 2? And where are we getting the money for these magic number 1 and number 2 quarterbacks? Where are we? Give me some answers. Give me some answers. See, this is what they do. They just say this. They get their Shedeur soundbite. They get the Shedeur clip. They don't have no answers. Who's going to be on the roster? So is he going to be behind Deshaun Watson, and he's going to be behind Dylan Gabriel? And you said you can't win with him when the team won the most games with him last year? What are you saying? What are you talking about? What you say does not align or match with reality. If you don't like Shedeur, for everybody going forward, if you don't like Shedeur, say you don't like Shedeur. You'd be better off saying that. It's a very hard thing for people to hear. Say you don't like Shedeur. Say you don't like Shedeur. Jason Lloyd, when I said it about him, say you don't like Shedeur. Jay Crawford, say you don't like Shedeur. Rex Ryan, say you don't like Shedeur. Tim Hasselbeck, say you don't like Shedeur. That's all you got to do. Because what y'all do is y'all put y'all foot in y'all mouth by just creating these stories about what is true and what's not true, and 100% of what y'all say is wrong. So what are the Browns going to do to upgrade their roster at quarterback according to you? They got no answers. They got no answers. No answers. What are we doing? Let's see if somebody follows this up with anything that makes sense. Because for him, this makes no sense. No sense at all. No sense. Nothing Tim says surprises me. He has made it clear previously he doesn't like Shedeur. I wish he would just say that. Ain't do no research, just guessing. Just guessing. What did I just come in on? Who is this clown? This is Tim Hasselbeck. He just hates Shedeur. So what about the rookies? Wow. Say you don't like him without saying you don't like him. Nasty work. Disrespectfully, dude. Ain't going to be DG as QB1 for sure. He won't provide any answers. Just getting his hate off disguises behind his take. I agree. I don't watch ESPN like I used to, but I'm not surprised. Media does this narrative to draw attention to get the viewers, block out the outside noise. This is not the views of the players on the team and the Browns. They speak negative to be relevant. I know. What I'm doing is I'm showing people who these people are, so later on, we don't even got to react to these people. This is a credibility thing, a credibility test. This is what this is. This is a credibility test. If y'all look back at all the people I showed y'all had no credibility, they still don't have no credibility. I was the first one on the Mary Kay train. I was the first one on the Tony Grossi train. I told y'all about Jason Lloyd. I told y'all about Adam DeBoer. I told y'all about Jay Crawford. I told y'all about Rex Ryan. We can keep going down the list. Find me Dan Orlowski, Ryan Clark. Find me somebody I told y'all, don't worry about what they say, and I was wrong. Who did I get it wrong? The whole last year. Where was I wrong when I told y'all these people will be better off saying they don't like Shedeur? Just say you don't like Shedeur, man. That's it. I'm trying to help you out. You look crazy out here. Just say you don't like him. Say you don't like him. Let's see if anybody follows this up and makes it better.
Think about that, D. Wood.
Yeah, he doesn't have the body of work to go into the situation and declare this guy to be the pencil him in as a starter. Listen, at the end of the day, Shedeur Sanders is a fifth-round quarterback. He had some highlights last year. There's no question about it. But I think if you're a new coach coming in, you're probably gonna have a different profile of the type of quarterback that you want. And so he's going to bring in competition, whether it be free agent, veteran guy, or draft someone this year. It's not going to be at 4, but there's going to be competition in that quarterback room for them to evaluate.
And let's be honest, there's going to be competition everywhere. I mean, Monken ain't coming in with this. Every head coach that walks into a new building, a new program, everybody's got to go earn their job. He's going to give the whole spiel that we've heard our entire lives. Like, everybody's job is at risk. We're all in this thing together. Everybody's got to go earn it. So I don't think it's going to be any different for the quarterback. But to y'all's point, they'll bring in competition. I think they're going to try to do that at a number of different positions on that roster.
Jeff Saturday, the only one with some sense. He's saying a new coach, everybody got a clean slate, everybody got to perform. Clean slate. Damian Woodley, I don't know what you're talking about. Damian Woodley, the Pro Bowl just happened. This is from this morning. You called him a 5th rounder, but you didn't call him a Pro Bowler, Damian Woodley. Come on, man. Come on, man. Jeff Saturday is the only one who brought some level to this conversation. The only one. D, appreciate you educating we the people beyond the gray. That's it. People like to play in the gray area, and they don't want to call stuff for what they are. But it's no person that I said just really don't like Shedeur that came out and they had good intentions. All the people I listed, I was calling them out all in real time. So year 2 will not be like year 1. Tim Hasselback, you can say whatever you want to say, but after this take, Tony Yayo, we don't see you. Tony Yayo, we don't see you. We don't see you. We don't see you. We're not going to see you after that, man. We're not going to see you after that.
I last saw my guest at the Panini Rookie.
Hold on, Kay. That's how you know they don't know Monken. He likes to build. They don't know Monken at all. I just don't understand. Other rookies haven't done much more than Shedeur, so why is he graded differently? They need that, Miss K. They need that Shedeur story, and I'm telling you, they're better off just saying I don't like Shedeur. Hasselback and Luke McNown fall under a certain archetype. Yeah, they just fall back. Just fall back. Stefanski did well to plant negative seeds about Shedeur, looking forward to the next season because the rejected will be respected. Flower Blue, talk to him. Tim Hasselback and his wife are known culture vultures. These guys just haters. I'm telling you, say what you feel and stand on what you say. If you don't like Shedeur, say, hey, look, man, I don't like Shedeur. It would save them a bunch of heartache. Now they're going to be on every single podcast. People are going to be breaking down. Now you expose yourself. They're going to look at your career. They're going to look at your shortcomings. They're going to look at how you graded quarterbacks previously. They're going to look at how you spoke on the other rookie quarterbacks in the same class. They just going to pull your card. And when they start calling y'all out and start being at y'all neck on social media, you're going to be coming back apologizing like Dan Orlovsky, apologizing like Ryan Clark, backtracking. If you would have did the work on the front end, on the back end, you don't got to go apologize. When you don't do the work on the front end, you apologize on the back end. That's all it is. This is Kay Adams. This is Shedeur. Only thing I'll say about this interview, this was a good interview, but I think sometimes she just sped up to me for some reason, where she's trying to, I don't know, she seemed rushed to me, but Zedric told me that's kind of her style. So, but that's the only thing about this interview for me. I was like, man, slow down, take your time, let her answer. But let's get to it. This is Shedeur and Kay Adams. Receipt tour coming. Don't worry, for real. Hey, they're gonna be eating them up on the internet. Has there ever been any rookie NFL player hated this much by the media? Is really insane if you think about it. Nope. I think the only other player that came in similar circumstances like this is probably LeBron, and that was the NBA. But like rookie in the NFL, not that I can remember. Did you notice that the great QBs give Shedeur grace, but the lifelong backups are harsh in their critique? Hi, hater, we see you. I agree. She was a little too aggressive. Yeah, it was. She was sped up to me, like let him finish his thought, let him finish what he's saying. So it was almost like, to sum it up, it seemed like she thought they had 4 minutes and they had 15. And it's like, hey, relax. You got time. So she was sped up. But let's get it. It's 15 minutes. We're going to break down some points from it.
Premiere, right when he was drafted. Maybe even, never before that. And here he is after finishing his rookie season as a starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. A Pro Bowl to be played.
Marie, I was thinking that too. And then Zedric was telling me when she interviewed Joe Flacco, she was the same way. So I don't think she's trying to get a soundbite from Joe Flacco, but she was definitely, I don't know. Maybe rush is not the right word, but she was trying to get to the next question. And I thought it was odd, but Zedric was like, nah, she did Flacco the same way. And I was like, okay. She tried to catch the door or get a soundbite or a quote to hold against him. Yeah, it was something. It was something different about this. Kay Adams, Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, don't like the question she asked Shedeur about what Todd Monken said about giving him opportunities. It was a couple things about how she interviews I don't like. I couldn't even watch the whole thing. It's something there. It's something there. It's something there. I watched her. No, she was trying to study him up, not speed him up. They did a quote. They did take a quote out of context. I saw it online. Yeah, I saw that Yahoo Sports put something out. Latika put it in the group chat. They gonna do that with Shedeur stuff. I really love how Shiloh is a good big brother. He never allows Shedeur to get down on himself. He always has his back. The best big brother. Yeah, Shiloh. Oh, they were trying to set him up. Yeah, using the word attack the way she did was weird. Troy Aikman said that Shedeur was going to be a star in the NFL. Yeah, high praise for him. Oh, got you. Set him up. So let me see. Let me go back to it. She was not trying to speed him up. She was trying to set him up. Okay, got you, Marie. Got him up. Got you. Got you. All right, let's play it. Yeah, it was something to me because I felt something right away, and I messaged Zedric, and he was like, "Yeah, it's something to it."
Tonight, Shedeur Sanders, welcome to the show. How you feeling?
What's going on? I'm pretty good.
Great.
Hold on. Do I got this on fast? Dang, she just talked that fast. Okay, I thought I had it on fast speed.
Yeah, I think I interviewed you at an airport once. Remember? You were at an airport.
Yes.
You went on like a visit.
Yes, I remember that.
People were upset that you like had your hood on.
Yeah, I mean,
and look at you now.
That's usual. That's usual.
One NFL season down, one Pro Bowl trip in the books. You said it was surprising, but it still got to feel special. My question is though, have you managed to sneak in any Twitch streaming while you're in the Bay yet so far? Are you streaming right now?
No. So you got to understand, like, everybody has. Like in the family, everybody has like their roles, you know?
Okay.
So it's like Shiloh gets more on the Twitch and he brings that side out of me of that. It's just everybody dynamic's different. You know? So
at Panini Rookie Premiere.
Everybody has like a piece of the pie.
So
that's what I was even saying. Like even right there, this is very early into it. So it's a minute and 4 seconds into it. He's giving his answer and she's already starting the next question. And then the way she formulates her questions, she starts with a statement, a long statement, then goes into the question. It's like slow down. Because even here, he was finishing his statement. She's already in the next question.
What's your piece of the pie?
My piece of the pie is like I open up more like when family's around.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who you had with you at Rookie Premiere, but it was I call it like an attack. Like you were streaming and didn't tell me. And it was my first time that I'd ever like been a part of that, where it's like, what do you mean? We just had a whole conversation and that was online?
Oh no,
and people saw that, and I thought like that stuff should come with a warning for an old lady.
I would never. Well, the thing is, if you see a guy with a big camera like that, I hope you got to know the camera's on.
So that's the rule right there. Are you streaming right now? We don't even know.
It don't even matter.
I know.
If a camera on, it's all the same.
It is. So the flag football.
That was it. That was it. Then like, I felt attacked. And he's like, it's a big old camera right there. How you feel attacked? It's a big old camera right there. What do you think that was for? So it's a cameraman. Cameraman got a big old camera on his shoulder. Streamers, the camera guy, they have a big old backpack on, and you can see clearly they're streaming with their camera out. You know that somebody is filming. You're in a place where if they were on Media Row, if it was at the Super Bowl, everybody is out there streaming. Everybody have cameras out. You have to know that people are recording this. This is not like you went to a private studio and y'all about to shoot and then somebody just was recording and you didn't recognize they were recording. You were in a public area where all these journalists are. They're recording and you just assume that it's not. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I don't like that. She said they are negative about him wearing a hoodie. That was the first thing she said. She had an agenda. Yeah, it's something. It's something to the way she sets up questions, and it's something to. I didn't really. The first time I watched this through, I didn't catch the attack part and how she tried to go on it. I was just caught up on before that she was already starting the next question when he wasn't even finished, and then she was talking about another situation and then switched to something different, and I was like, that don't make sense. In her line of business, cameras are everywhere, so how does she feel attacked? I agree with that. I am with you, D. Now, D. I just know I did not feel comfortable with her. Yeah. She always gave me Valley Girl vibes. I don't understand why you would use the word attack, though. So she thinks you have to tell her you're filming her. Come on, she ain't special. Especially in an area where everybody is filming at. Everybody is filming. So I don't know. Just something up with it. Something up with it.
Game is tonight. You've got some legends coaching you.
Yeah.
Steve Young, Michael Vick, but these aren't do you know them? Like, what's your relationship with them? Because it's not like it's the first time hanging out with them.
Well, Mike Vick, I talk to him often, and I talk to him a lot during this year, just about everything. And he always been a great resource for me. Huh. In a great way, just to have somebody to talk to.
What do you talk to him about? How often? Like every week?
No, not every week. Like, I talk to people when it feels like it's right to talk to them.
Okay.
You know, like based on everybody is living their own individual life.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Marie. I'm not disagreeing with you. I didn't initially think that. My first thought, that's what I'm saying. My first thought was she seemed like she's rushing him through certain questions to get the other questions. That was my first thought. So I'm not disagreeing with you, Marie. I'm not. We're not in disagreement. This is my second time going through it, and now I'm like, I didn't realize she made such a big deal about the attack thing. So I'm seeing more the second time going through it. But I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with you.
They have their own problems, everything they got to do. So it's like, if I know your experience in this area, then I want to call and get advice. Like, how do I handle certain things? Like, where does my mind need to go to? Like, how do I navigate life? Because all it is a game of life. Everybody playing it, but just in different roles and different everything.
What's the best advice he's given you, Michael Vick?
It's been a lot. I can't tell you off the top of my head because a lot of different advice has been given to me, and I understand that, and I think on it and I dwell on it and I apply it. So then I really don't know where it came from.
Because you asked that you really reach out to that many people? Like it sounds like you're constantly wanting to be your best,
because
right?
I want to learn.
Yeah.
I want to learn almost everything you can learn almost in life. Like when it comes to a lot. Because every life and everything's about perspectives, and it's like he lived his life when it comes to like being an NFL quarterback. And it's like nothing is new under the sun.
I
thought that was interesting too. Like 2 points right here where she's trying to say, how often do you talk to him? And he said, when I get the advice and I'm in the moment, I just apply the advice that he gives me. I'm not thinking like, oh, let me save this to repeat this and try to say this to other people. So I get that because Shedeur said that a couple of different times. He said that. He said that a couple, not in just this interview, but a couple of different interviews where people ask him, what's the best advice somebody gave you? I don't think until you get older, you can really reflect on what's the best advice somebody gave you when you're at a more of a point in your life where you're reflecting on life. I think that's when you could do it. But when you're in the moment and stuff is happening, I don't think you could just reflect on it when it's in the moment. So, but he's responded that way a couple different times. He's responded that way. I'll just say, she didn't pass the smell test, and watching it slowly and breaking it down, I'm seeing more. I'm seeing more than initially. I'm seeing more than I initially saw. That's what I was going with that too. The media, not just her, even in the Cleveland media, this has happened. They always are surprised that you talk to other people who have had success. I remember Shedeur was having an interview or a press conference, and they asked him, "Oh, you speak to other people who are successful?" And he's like, "Yeah, I just want to see how they handle pressure, how they handle success, how they handle different situations." And I think that's really good because you don't only need to speak to people who are in the same industry as you. You can learn from other industries. So I think that's a very smart thing for him to do. But the media always feels like that's a surprise to them. And it's like, y'all don't think that I look at live streamers who don't live stream about sports to get ideas or to see how they keep an audience engaged or how to lay out a stream? If I only looked at sports, I will only do what the other sports people do. And I think it's more enjoyment in what I do and what some sports people do. So the media always highlighting that is just weird to me because I'm like, how do y'all grow in life? How do you get better in life? Do you only get better by looking at people in the same industry as you? So just kind of confusing there. But he's prepared for this stuff. She didn't catch him up, but he's prepared for it.
Joe Flacco this week, and I asked him about you and what that was like in Cleveland, and he really just went straight to your confidence, which is kind of like maybe almost like an eye roll to people because like everyone knows you're confident. Everyone knows that you have that. Has your confidence level changed at all throughout your rookie year? Are you the same sky high confident guy, more or less? Have you had any? I'm always
the same. I think obviously when you don't play and when you just trying to just figure it out, then I think that's why I think something can brew a little bit. But then whenever you're getting back to feeling like normal, like whenever I feel like me, then everything works out. Everything works out.
Can I know when you feel the most you when it comes to football? Like, is there like, if I'm watching, like, when will I know like he's in his bag, he feels the most him?
I mean, you can see it. You can see it. So it's kind of like mastering how to get to that place all the time. You have flashes. That's the most thing I appreciate about this year is I proved to myself I'm able to dominate the league. But I'm able to take completions. I'm able to put all that together and definitely in games and stuff we have flashes. But I know I'm capable of doing that. Now, to do it on a consistent basis, that's what the goal is. But for me in this past season, that's what proved to myself that, okay, you, like, no matter what happened, no matter anything that transpired, you are able to go out there and compete, and you are able, like, you got to speak life within yourself because, I don't know, a lot of situations, a lot of this would have killed a lot of people, you know, like, it definitely would have killed a lot of people. So you just got to view things a little different, you know, and what worked for you last year when it come to mentally and when it come to understanding things, it's not going to work this year because it's a different set of circumstances. Like, I can't use the same recipe of success that I used in Colorado now because the dynamic and the situation and everything's different. So that's when you got to reach out to resources. That's when you got to peel back and understand, okay, this is the task at hand. This is what I got to do. And how can I get advice on how to do it?
It's like short-term.
It's just Maya. She annoys me. She don't know the game. That question just proved it. I agree with that, Craig. When she said that it's like the eye roll to people that told me something, I left the video. I saw enough. I didn't understand the context of that either because do people think athletes are not confident? Confidence is one of the main things you need as an athlete. So I don't know why that would be an eye roll to people. Why should he lose his confidence as a QB? That's a negative. I agree that is a negative, and I think she asked that question because that was part of what people wanted to do to Shedeur. People wanted Shedeur to lose confidence. I think that's why she asked it. She probably listens to people who were part of the group that wanted Shedeur to lose confidence. Remember they kept saying he needs to be humbled, and it wasn't just in the comments of videos he needs to be humbled. It was people on ESPN said he needed to be humbled. It was people on podcasts said he needed to be humbled. It was Cleveland media said he needed to be humbled. They wanted to take something away from who Shedeur is. They wanted to take it away. They wanted him not to be who he is every day. And that's why they asked that question, to see if they were successful at chipping away at his confidence. That's what they were trying to do. Did it work? Did we break you? Did we tear you down enough? Do you not wake up feeling the way you woke up feeling previously? So that's the basis of that question. They thought they could break him. Another thing we are seeing is a lot of these people, they're not confident in themselves, they're not competitive, and they're not self-starters. And they definitely have never been around a person who has a certain level of stubbornness matched with their confidence. You will not break that person. You will not break that person. And make sure y'all hear me right when I'm saying this. When you have a person who has a certain level of stubbornness paired with their confidence, you will not break that person. You won't break that person because the stubbornness will keep that person going. The confidence is what will lead that person to know they don't have to change. They were never going to break Shedeur. They were never going to break Shedeur. People who lack confidence and don't have the will and the drive, they would have been broken. Shedeur even said it. This would have killed a lot of people. Those people would have been broken. They don't even know who Shedeur is, because if they would have knew who Shedeur was, they would have knew that that was a tactic that wasn't going to work. It was not going to work. It was never going to work. So I'm not surprised that Shedeur didn't lose confidence. I'm not surprised that Shedeur leaned on the people who lived these things, who went through things, and they helped guide him through things, people that truly care about him. The media is surprised because it would have broke them. Every person that asked Shedeur that question, they would have been broken. Kate Adams, she would have been broken. The Cleveland media, they would have been broken. The national media, they would have been broken. All of them. All of them. He wasn't broken, and they could not figure out why it didn't break him. That's why they asked the question. Shedeur told her the truth. A lot of people would have got their spirits broken and quit. They would have. Jim Schwartz. Passed up, I quit. Broken. Just like that. He said after his first game, it ain't going to happen. They haven't figured it out yet because they aren't listening to him. They are not listening to him. They don't know who Shedeur is. Shedeur's confidence, the media, and the haters, kryptonite. It is. That's maturity right there. They thought they could break him. They thought they could. I think she was saying Joe spoke of his confidence and everyone already knows he's confident. She wanted Joe to tell us something we didn't know. That could be an approach to it. But I think once you start doing questionable things, people don't give you that grace to see anything good kind of in your line of questioning. That part D, confidence, is why she's interviewing. That's a fact. Mary Kay said that. That's facts. They only highlighted to show he is a celebrity kid. If Cam Ward said it, it would be no issue and understandable. Cam Ward has came out and said way more things about confidence than Shedeur has. And nobody questioned it. Nobody questioned it. Black Pearl says, I don't like her energy in this interview. You watching two different levels of confidence here. You watching a person not as confident and a person is confidence. Confidence, you can see confidence. Facts, Craig. Put Fernando in that same position. He digging himself out of that hole. I don't think so. The media hates that Shedeur has so much support to lean on. They do. They want to say, we don't like him because of this, so you shouldn't like him either, and it's not working. Liam and Jason are broken. That's why they attacked 12 fans. We gave them BTA. Yes. They can't stand it. D, sadly, Shedeur told the interviewer that his confidence did take a hit. I wish he wouldn't have admitted that. I think he needs to be around his father to recharge his mindset. I don't know if he said it took a hit, but I think he said he navigated it. Are you saying in this interview or are you saying a different interview? They still don't get it. He came near NFL ready. Mel said it. I did not like her energy too. Yeah, It's I couldn't put my finger on it when I watched it the first time, but as I'm breaking it down slower, I'm seeing more of it now. I don't know if I think he was saying, the only part I can think of where you might say where he was admitting his confidence could have took a hit was where he was saying, it's times where you might not know if things aren't going right. I don't know if that's confidence taking a hit. I think he also said that after he wasn't playing, where if you would have said he would be here now after how things was going, he said this during the season. If you would have said I was going to be the starter at this point in the season after how the season started and how things were going, I don't know if I would have been here. I don't think that's a confidence hit. I don't think that's a confidence hit. I keep asking myself, since when is having confidence a bad thing? Only when it comes to 12. It's a bad thing when you don't have it. So they don't have it. D, you notice linemen love Shedeur. Shedeur has said for a long time, even going back to high school, that the linemen are usually his best friends. The quiet, chill people, which are the linemen. Tessa, what's going on? What's up, y'all? How dare my job have a meeting during this time for us to talk about nothing? You know, they put those meetings on the calendar. Y'all sit there. This is a meeting. It's a precursor to the meeting of the change that's going to happen.
Well. well.
You know how I go. Just taking your time.
Goals with like a long-term goal in mind, it sounds like. Then that long-term goal is dominating, but also being consistent.
Yeah.
Which I love hearing. You're so thoughtful. You really are so introspective. You had to wait. You've never had to wait. 12 weeks, you had to wait. Maybe even longer if you can, however you consider it. If you look back now and you're sitting on this couch, you're a Pro Bowler tonight, you wrapped up your first season. What's the result of that waiting, that moment, like that time? What did you learn? How did that affect you?
I mean, it's a lot, and I love your questions because you give me a lot of questions with depth, and it makes me think and get there. But you have a lot of different feelings. But feelings are temporary, you know? So you can't act on feelings majority of the time. You got to act on knowledge, or you got to act on common sense and experience. Even though I don't have the experience, but I have resources that I'm thankful to have, so I could ask those people so I could get at least half of the experience. You know what I'm saying? That's what being a vet is. You being a vet in life. So you talking through Joe Flacco about different situations or how he felt. He told us a story about something that happened in his, first game ever. That was like very embarrassing. And it was like, dang, that's cool. So it's like, whatever happens, you know, it's like you able to push through it and you able to get through it.
But
and be able to see the other side.
Did you learn something about, like, I want to know.
That's another one. That's another one where she's trying to cut off to get to that next question. That's a life lesson about staying the course and believing in yourself. I agree with that. D said a couple of different times that he wasn't himself coming out of last season. I think that's to be expected. I think it's to be expected based on how last year went. You had to show up every single day with a head coach who was telling everybody you were not good, who was telling everybody he didn't want you on the team. Anybody that would listen, they were talking bad about Shedeur. To think that he would come out of that situation not shaken at times, I don't think that would be realistic to view. Do I think that had an impact on his confidence? I don't think it had an impact on his confidence. I think it was just a tricky situation to navigate. I think it was tricky. Like, every day you got to get up here and answer questions to the media, and they want you to say the best parts about a person who doesn't like you, who doesn't want you here. Any person would feel some type of way about that. Not just him. Anybody in that situation. If it shook his confidence, I don't think he would be handling this interview this way. This is Shedeur right here. This is no different than an interview Shedeur would have did in Colorado. So I think he was being honest that at times he was shaken because that wasn't a comfortable situation to be in. It wouldn't have been comfortable for anybody. Have you ever worked anywhere where it wasn't due to your performance, somebody didn't like you? It was whatever it was, they just didn't like you. That's uncomfortable. Him expressing him being uncomfortable, to me, doesn't equate to confidence loss. I don't. That's not how I see it. Maybe I'm thinking about how I've been in situations where they were uncomfortable, but I didn't lose confidence. It was just uncomfortable. And it was like, dang, this is weird. This don't make sense. This don't add up. So when you have a certain level of personality, people get uncomfortable about that. They get uncomfortable about it. So I don't think that was a confidence hit. I take that slightly. I take that different. I take that different, Ivy League Mac. Shedeur is being nice. He is. I feel your pain. I always feel offended when someone interrupts this time. The meetings be getting y'all. The meetings be getting y'all. Anyone seeing Shedeur this year knows that he wasn't himself, so I didn't have an issue with him saying that. Yeah, he was in a very uncomfortable situation. Nobody would have been themselves in that situation. Nobody would have been themselves in that situation. Just think back to times where you were in uncomfortable situations. So that's all that is. I'm a little behind. Is she the one said was flirting with him at the jersey reveal? I can't remember. I don't remember. Shedeur is being a role model. The people young and old are inspired by him. I agree with that. I agree with that. I come from the old school. Don't give a fool an inch. I won't admit to anything. I'm like a block of ice. Yeah. I get your stance on the Ivy League Mac. I get your stance on it. I think for him, he will be changing who he is though. So if that's who he is, then he's just being himself. I understand people who don't admit nothing. I know people who will get something wrong or they'll never come back and say, I was wrong about this. I know people like that. But I think the way he is more open, and I'm okay with that. You asked the head coach, are you getting a guy prepared to play? And he said, that's not my focus. He was showing his hand. He was. I would have came out shook too. They said it's a competition. They didn't tell me I'm not in a competition. He was going to redshirt me. I would feel different too. Not to trust these muck suckers. For real. Anybody would have felt some type of way. He was exhausted at the end of the season, but didn't break his confidence. You can see it. Yeah, I don't think those two things tie together. I think him admitting to it don't equal his confidence was shaken. I don't feel like he lost his confidence either. I think he was disappointed, maybe slightly discouraged about the situation he was in. Miss K, I agree with you. D, my point is simple. Don't publicly admit to anything. Trolls don't deserve honesty. I get what you're saying, but then he would be changing who he is. I want him to be whoever he is. That's how I view it. I think for any person, I don't expect people to look at things or see things exactly how I see it. I want them to look and be themselves and be true to themselves when they wake up every day. So if him being true to himself, he wants to acknowledge that I was a little shaken at this, I'm cool with that. I told y'all a bunch of times, it's a lot of stuff I would have did differently than Shedeur at age 23. I told y'all that all the time this season. I'm like, it's no way I would have handled this as well. So I just want him to be who he is. If he said that he was affected by the situation, they would say that he's lying. They always gonna flip it. Do you think AB and the owners asked Shedeur about feedback on the season? The owner said they spoke with other players on feedback, and they said accountability was lacking. Yeah, I think he was one of the players because all players do an exit interview. All of them do an exit interview. So I think he was one of them. I think it was one. Tessa out there drawing flowers the whole meeting. The whole meeting, not drawing flowers. Off topic, did anybody see 12 and Burrow talking? I did not, but I did catch Burrow side-eyeing him. I didn't see it. I didn't see it because I was putting the stream together, but it's a couple things I got to look for today. True, be who you are, not who they want you to be. That's what you got to be. That you got to be yourself every day. Once you start changing small things about yourself, before you know it, you way off. You way off who you are. You way off who you are. If anything, I think he had a reevaluation of New Becoming, which we all need. He kept me inspired. He did, because he handled some stuff. I'm telling y'all, way better than me. At 23, way better than me. Way better than me. He made it through and learned from the experience. I'm sure we all have had a similar experience on a job. I agree. Ivy League Mac D, I get your point. The kid is open, but yeah, that does lead. See, Ivy League Mac, you were seeing it from an experience point of view. So you are seeing it where you are identifying that people is something that people could use against you. So that's why I said I get it and I respect it, because you're seeing it from an experience view where you're saying they can use this against you. So for you, you're gonna be a block of ice, because I'll never give you anything to use against me. So I get your view as well. I get your view as well, Ivy League Mac. Gigi, what's going on? It's been a while. Black Pearl said, Joe Burrow is funny, Sal. They would have had to play, you're about to lose your job. For me at 23, I wouldn't have handled this well at all. I wouldn't have handled it well, y'all. I wouldn't have handled it well. No way. For me to keep going up to the podium and try to say something good and defend Kevin Stefanski where he was messing stuff up, and this is the dude who tried to bury me. The first press conference, they would have cut my mic and said, we got technical difficulties. They would have had to end it. The first press conference. The first one. Joe Burrow said 1 minute he was a backup, and the next minute we're talking about stats he made with me. That's why you don't count anyone out. Don't count anybody out. It almost happened, but thank God for grace. Yeah, it's no way I would have handled it well. I would not. Heck, I'm older than 35, and I know he did better than me at my big age. I still cut up. Don't get me mucked up ever. Said, don't get me mucked up ever. Yeah, he handled some stuff. I'm telling y'all. That's one thing I always give him props for, and I never take away from him. Way better than me. Handled it way better than me at 23. Like, so you just up here dissing me, sneak dissing me to everybody, and then I'm going to be defending you? Nah. D, you would have been like Bernie Mac and head of the state. Oh, I would have definitely crashed out, y'all. Crash out. Y'all would have been like, I would have had the most viral interview y'all done seen. The most viral video, y'all would have been like, this press conference gets 100 million views. Yeah, they would have pulled me off, cut the mics off in the press conference. Like, man, I'm defending this whack coach and all this stuff. Yeah, it would have been bad. It would have been bad. D, did you see the video of Shedeur in the hood playing 3-card money? People saying they should delete the footage. What do you think? I didn't see it. As long as he's not doing nothing illegal, be who you are. Kick it with the people. So I don't take it. I didn't see it, but I don't take issue to if that's what it was. But that's not my style. I'm a political fighter. Yeah, you playing the long game, Ivy League Mac. You at this age, I recognize your approach is most likely the best approach. I'm just saying at 23, no, sir. I wouldn't have handled it well. I would not. All right, let's see if we need to watch any more of this. No, when they asked him specifically about Kevin Stefanski, then 12 answer all the coaches, I holler. Yeah, he was doing it in a slick way, but me, what did he do for me? The one who was telling me I wasn't going to play this whole time? The one who said I was going to redshirt? The one who said I need years of development just to get on the football field? The one who had me throwing the trash cans? I wasn't even throwing the real receivers? The one who had me practicing with a third-string center who couldn't even snap the ball on time and was taking my reps? Swoo. Man, I'm telling y'all, mute his mic. Cut the sound. Cut the sound. Actually, D, you're too hard on yourself. You are smooth with it. I see you on this podcast. Shout out to you, Ivy League Mac. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's better now. It's better now. When they asked him, oh, I just got that one. Yeah. Let's see if we got anything else before we wrap this thing up with her.
Like, if you go back and you
I
have
learned
to,
a different aspect of life.
did it suck? Like, do you wish you never had to wait? Do you think the waiting helped you, or did it hurt you? Nothing.
Because everything in life, it has to happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's based off the decisions you make. So it has to happen. If I needed that so I could learn different things in life, then put me through that.
I guess that's what I'm asking you. What did you learn? Because the GOATs waited behind other quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but it's not just about football, though. It's more about life. Like,
so what
football is a game, but it's more about the game of life, though. You know? So it's like, if you're in an uncomfortable situation, which a lot of everybody is pretty much in that in life, you know, then what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Are you going to complain? Are you going to feel some type of way? Or are you going to lean on, if it's something, you're not going to always be prepared for every aspect of life, but it's like, what is your foundation? What is your rules? What are your standards you're going to live by?
And how much are you taking advantage of the resources?
Great answer by him. Great answer by him. I was watching something, and it just had me to thinking, like, would I change anything in my life? Would I change anything that happened previously in my life, or would I look at everything that happened in my life and realize it helped me become the person I am today? And I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change the good times. I wouldn't change the bad times. I wouldn't change anything I've been through, because all those things prepared me for today and who I'm going to be tomorrow. So I see that now at this age, but at his age, for him to recognize that and understand that, I think that's big. That's very powerful. Like somebody else said, Shedeur is being a role model for the old and young. I totally agree with that, because it took me now to live with no regrets. To live with no regrets. I live with no regrets now, but now I realize everything I went through got me to this point. Everything I went through got me to this point, so I wouldn't change it. And he already realizes that early on. So when they called him grown, they called him grown for a reason. They call him grown for a reason. It can't be used against them. Folks were talking crazy. He just showing love to JSU folks. Yeah, people are going to hate. If it's something where haters are just trying to hate on Shedeur, they're going to hate regardless, even if it's not nothing bad. TK says, she's a terrible interviewer. I'm going to thumbs down the video. Yeah, it was, he handled it. I'm telling you, he handled these situations good. He handled these situations good. She wanted specific details, and he wasn't giving it to her. He was not. He was not. Arm's length. Just giving her arm's length. This interviewer was weird. The Cleveland, yes, it was different. It was definitely different. Yeah, show the part when she asked about Monken. Read the first one, D. Let me see. That was on Shiloh Twitch Live, and people were talking crazy, so he cut the stream. He probably told Dion and said post it so they could see the full context of what was happening. Okay, got you. About Shedeur being outside with the people. Okay, the part about Monken, I think we're gonna get to it. Let's see. They don't got timestamps, so let me try to find it. She trying to Barbara Walters, and it's not working.
Sources you have, which is what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's
I like
pointless to have resources and not be able to talk to him. So, like, I definitely I have this mindset that I'm in, and this mind frame that I'm in. It was cool. We had a brief interaction, honestly.
All right, I think it's here.
Yeah.
So what, have you talked to Todd Monken?
Yeah.
You have?
Coach Monken's, he's real cool.
Tell me about that.
It was cool. We had a brief interaction, honestly. But I know the fact that I have this mindset that I'm in, and this mind frame that I'm in, I'm able to handle pretty much anything, you know. So I'm just thankful to be here. You know, I'm thankful to have Coach Monken and being able to connect with him and get his perspective of ball and see how he sees the game. So I want to do everything I want to do the same, but I want to take it a little deeper. I want to go with more depth.
He's reportedly said this morning that your role is to be determined.
Say it one more time.
Todd Monken said this morning that your role is TBD, to be determined.
Mm-hmm.
What's your reaction to that? What does that mean to you when you hear that?
I mean, that's what's expected. You know, that's what's expected. I think each and every day I have to prove to everybody and to myself also. So it's kind of like having goals and accomplishing those goals, whether it's small goals, and the small goals will end up to long-term success. So it's kind of like just hit your landmarks on what you need to do. Focus more in depth on everything on what you want to, and just be in control of your life and what you can't control.
Beautifully said.
Now, out of all the questions, that was the question that I thought she was trying to trip him up with. Because what reporters do is they will ask a question. They will ask a question to a coach when he's on the podium. Then before the player even gets to talk to the coach or hear what the full context of the question was, they will ask another question to the player and try to summarize what the coach said to put the player in a bad light. Now, this is the question where I was like, this seems like she's trying to set him up. This is the one. This is the one right here. This is the one that I was like, and it's not even accurate. And if you truly wanted to see how he felt about what Monken said, y'all got time. You could have played him the 30-second clip of when Todd Monken was asked that question during the presser. But this is a tactic that other people in the media have also done. Now, this is the question where I was like, nah, from the beginning, this was the question where I was like, even the way she tried to word it, like, he said your role is to be determined, TBA. That's like she's intentionally trying to make it seem more negative about what he said about Shedeur when we know it wasn't that. We know that when they asked him the traits of a quarterback, he basically described Shedeur. So to better summarize Todd Monken when he was looking for traits as a quarterback, he says, I want the guy that the players in the locker room want to play for, and I want somebody that has that it factor with the physical traits. That was a better summary of what Todd Monken said about the traits. Not what she talking about. He basically described Shedeur. Does the locker room want to play for Dylan Gabriel? No, we don't have to ask the question. Is the locker room fighting to play for Deshaun Watson? No. Who was the locker room the most hyped to play for? Shedeur. Who has the biggest it factor in the NFL? Shedeur. Shedeur has other quarterbacks who's going to skip the Pro Bowl showing up. A la Joe Burrow. So he described him. So this was the question that I was like, she tried that reporter thing. And he didn't fall for it. He didn't fall for it because, you know why he didn't fall for it? This goes back to them not understanding Shedeur. Shedeur is a self-starter, and he doesn't want anything given to him. The media tried to lie and say people who support Shedeur want things given to him. We don't want nothing given to Shedeur. We want Shedeur to earn and prove these people wrong. We don't want nothing given to him. We want a fair opportunity for him to earn and prove these people wrong. We don't want nothing given to him. People always wrongly categorize people who support Shedeur as wanting us to give it to him. And that's not the case. That's not the case at all. So they just get it wrong, and that's why they do stuff like this. You don't think FO knows and that filled Monken in on how the players feel about Shedeur? Oh, yeah. The front office. Yeah, the front office definitely filled him in how they feel about him. And he can see it. He's seen the clips. Correction, only the Cleveland media talks about Dylan. For real, nobody else talk about him. She thought she had him when he asked her to repeat the question. Yeah, nah, you ain't have him. No one even talks about Dylan anymore. D, I'm glad he didn't take the bait. He ain't gonna fall for that. Shedeur's media trained. He's not gonna fall for the banana tailpipe. Nope. It ain't gonna work. Do we think he was caught off guard by that question? No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He too smart for that. Yeah, too smart. He seen what she was doing. He seen what she was doing. It's too hard to sugarcoat how these media folks be moving. It is. That defense hated when DG was playing. Just listen to their post-game press conferences. Read between the lines and the body language. Talk to him, Craig. Talk to him. Talk to him, y'all. Talk to him. y'all, this has been another great stream. I feel like we just spent the last day together. We got the Todd Monken stream, his introductory press conference. We got the Pro Bowl stream last night where we were trying to learn flag football in real time. And then we got this stream today. So it's been a great 24 hours. D, hold up. I thought that everybody in the building wanted DG to be QB number 1. Somebody find DG's fiance and say this.
Stop it. Get some help.
Don't nobody talk about Dylan no more. You would think he not even on the team. For real. Disappeared. What you said, that's all we want. We just want him to have a fair opportunity to show and prove who he is. Nobody wants nothing given to him. And that's what they tried to lie about the longest. The longest they tried to lie about that. So we not falling for it. We are not falling for it. We ain't falling for it. This has been another great stream, everybody. Another great stream. Shout out to C.A. Anderson. Shout out to Tiger84. I'm going to go have me some tea, drink some more tea, let my voice rest. I've been doing a lot of talking the past 2 days. What's going on, Don? I've been doing a lot of talking the past 2 days, so I'm going to let my voice rest so I can be ready so we can have another great stream on Friday. So like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all put that notification bell on. If Dylan Gabriel get traded to Atlanta, it's going to be a pop-up stream, so be ready. Didn't Dylan request a meeting? He could have. I think somebody else asked me that, but I'm not certain if he did or not. Shelby Harris just last week said it. They ain't tripping about the turnovers like the fans are. They know what comes with it. I agree. I did think Shedeur's comments about Myles were interesting, where he was saying Myles is the leader and he doesn't always have to say it, but they follow his lead and how he shows up every day. So I thought that was good too. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. We're going to be back on Friday, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's been great. Another great stream. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. If you weren't able to see the whole thing, definitely check out the replay. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Don't fall for the media traps. Don't fall for it. They're going to try to twist Shedeur's words. They're going to try to get their Shedeur stories. Don't give it any shine. Anybody. No shine. I'll catch y'all in a couple of days. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Be safe out there. I'll see y'all Friday morning. Peace, everybody.
Look at what I did. Look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't have no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Running my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they
They're
don't.
setting Dylan Gabriel up.